Guy, welcome to the closing acumen. We are back, and as you make your way in, we'd like to welcome you. As you make your way into the closing acumen, we will be starting shortly. Guys, if you're in studio, we are ready to start. We already live, and we are ready to start. So, if you are ready, welcome, guys. Welcome. Make your way. As you make your way, you say welcome. Welcome to the closing acumen, guys. Welcome, Oliver Sako from Ghana. We say welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you, Oliver. The God as you make your way. Uh, Welcome. It's a lot happening in Monrovia. Welcome, Oliver. Welcome, brother Mozart Dennis. It's good to have you as well from Minnesota. Oliver is watching all from Ghana. Uh, 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 Accra, Ghana. And so, welcome. We just our dear friend Winifred Smith from all the way uh, uh, Maryland. You know, I missed the hot table, Winifred. I hope Maka is doing well. My greetings to her. I need to come back. It's been a while. I'm definitely going to come back soon. Welcome, Winifred. Asata Old Dawson from Maryland, USA. Welcome, Asata. Uh, 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 uh. Welcome. Welcome, Asata. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Closing Acumen. You know, I don't have uh, music. Maybe I will be playing some music until the guys in studio join us. But we want to welcome everybody to the Closing Acumen. It's a lot happening uh, in Liberia. Another Action Jackson happening in Liberia are taking place. So get ready. Ali Creighton watching from Ghana. Thank you, Ali. We'll be in touch with you too, Ali, soon. Welcome, guys. From Accra, Ghana, Ali Creighton, Oliver Sako, Mozart Dennis, Winfred Smith, Sata Dawson, Ali Creighton, guys. As you make your way, I'd like to welcome you. It's a lot going on. So, our guys from Liberia, uh, if you are in Liberia, the show is being broadcast on Truth FM and Hot FM, Live TV, Real Truth. So we say welcome, Samson Masari. Welcome, good to see you. Good to see you, Samson. Welcome again, guys. We are here, looking forward to another great show, another happening in Liberia. Mapu Dyson, welcome, Mapu. Uh, 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 we just ask that as you come, share the show. Dr. Howard Jones. It's good to see you, Dr. Jones from all the way Chicago. Welcome, Dr. Jones. Some of our faithful, great fan. Welcome to you. As you make your way, just help us to share the button. You know, as you make your way, we are delighted to have you here on the Closing Acumen. Zizi Evan Bala. The Closing Acumen show is live on Hot FM. Thank you, Zizi. You make this happen. You know, we got folks in Liberia who are working with us to ensure that the show is aired on the radio. We appreciate the guys in Liberia. Pretty soon, guys, we're going to be working with you. We're gonna see a lot of changes coming up for the closing acumen. We working on some things. We'll bring that information to you this week. Uh, we we have already nailed down some final applicant. We were trying to get one reporter in Liberia for the closing acumen, and we received more than 40 applic- application. So what we're going to do is we kind of went in there and scrutinized, and we've been talking to some people. We did a yesterday, today, and then by Friday we will tell you who we finally after. It's a tough thing to select everybody. I can tell you it was a challenge. To select everybody. So it's been but we had to really go in there and choose the best. So we hopefully by Friday we'll tell you who our new reporter going to be in Liberia, and you, our fan, we're going to come to you. We're going to come to you to ask some of you to. There are a couple of things that we need to get. We need to get a new phone. We need to get a new tripod uh, that can hold the phone and hold iPad as well. So we're going to come to you, but we're trying to make a change. We're trying to make our presence in Liberia. We already present in Liberia through our wonderful friends at Truth and Hot FM. They've been doing a wonderful job, but we want to make sure we get somebody else on the outside who will give us some breaking news and stuff like that. So we all will be working together, and hopefully by Friday we'll tell you. And for now, we're just going to start with one reporter. TCA is not a big group. Welcome, Juj One Way from Johnsonville. Welcome. Uh, Welcome, John Kaidi. Is that Kiadi? Okay, let me be honest. Welcome, John Kiadi. Oh yeah, we still have to show John. Just follow, like, click follow. The closing acumen comes on every Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we want to welcome you, guys. Hey, my big brother, Toyua Harris. Welcome, big brother. Hope all is well. Good to hear from you, brother Toyua. When you coming back? Well, welcome, brother Toyua. Good to see you, my brother. We still here. We still kicking it. We still got the show going, man. We still keeping it up. Christian Roberts. Good to see you, Christian. Always not. Look, we appreciate you guys, especially every one of you that tune in every day. Every day. It's a lot of work. But you guys are doing a wonderful job, giving all the hope that you guys are watching us, and that's why we are doing the show. Welcome, Emmanuel Ma, watching from Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome. See you, St. Timlin George is joining us shortly. He's in the back. He'll be joining us. We're looking forward to have a great show. For a lot of things happening. But look, as I was saying, guys, we are doing the best we can. We want to keep this show coming to you. We want to hold the government in charge. We want to get every information to you possible. And one of the way we are doing it is to get our presence in Liberia. So about a few days ago, Fedekate, welcome as well. One of the way we are doing this is we're going to start with one reporter in Liberia. We received over 40 applications. Everybody had a great one, but we only pick a few. The best 5 or 6, and then we talk to them, and then we're going to pick one, and not 5 or 6, and then we'll announce the winner, our new person on board by Friday. Friday show will tell you who the new person on board for the closing acumen. We're going to have a reporter in Liberia. We're making sure we're getting everything set up. Phone and everything in Liberia. Welcome, Moses Tonya, watching us from Mount Barkley. So by Friday, we'll tell you who the lucky candidate is. But in the meantime, we are ensuring that we send tools to Liberia. So the person we're going to name will begin working right away. He will have everything on the ground. So we'll be coming to you, as I said, So you guys, if you have a tablet, you have phone, or even want to make personal contribution, we're gonna have somebody, and they got to go around Morovia. They will need transport. They will need different things to report for us. It's very important that we be present in Liberia, guys. The closing argument is here to stay, so don't think we're going anywhere. Let me welcome Chief Tumlin George. Tumlin, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Hey, the body, what's up, man? What's up? What's up?
I'm well, brother. I'm well. I'm well. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Back on the closing argument. Like you regularly said, we are making moves. We're going to do some good things. Our program is sketching all over the place. We just want to be natural, and we want to do what other people can do just to get attention. We keep it real. But yes, I think your decision will be made by tomorrow or Friday, right? On who we're gonna take.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that person will be, or we plan to make that person to be well recognized in Liberia, be the face of the closing argument at major press conferences and programs, and to be our eye there, and just to make sure that the country and our viewers get the best out of him. But there are a lot of trending news in the country. I know today the former First Lady dedicated the City of Hope. And I was just talking to someone who is connected to the present First Lady. And I was asking them why she did not show up. And they said that she sent someone to represent her. I said, I think that shouldn't have been. She should have been present there at least.
Yeah.
And I had the Minister of Gender was there. I know Speaker Kofa was in attendance. Senator Snow was in attendance, and so forth. But that situation, and then also news about the civil service. I tried reaching out to Mr. Josiah today, the civil service boss, about the dismissals of people who are critical, who are writing critical posts or critical of the government, whatever the case, of the president. Liberia is a free country. You and I was brought up differently. I know you and I would never, not at any time, would ever insult the president or the vice president or the first lady. Would never do that, or even write derogatory things about them. Even you can be critical, but you would not want to go to take that route to insult. But if somebody does that, as a person, as a freedom, it's left with as a person, but they should not lose their job because of that. There's no law that says you can't be critical of the president of
right.
Or even if you insult the person, you can be critical. You insult the person, you should be something should happen to you. No, I mean, take a president. He was insulted a lot. He wanted the president because he came at a time where Facebook just blown. And he was well insulted by people. These will write things about him on Facebook. I think one time, one of the minister, which was Piso, Minister of Gender, she fired someone for writing a post on Facebook, critical of the president of the government. She fired that person, which everybody told her it was wrong. But the president himself, those who are critical of him, if you're in government, I remember I think after the election that brought Delon to power, at that election, because CDC first time losing Montserrado County in a social election, so everyone was so mad. They said the government should be blamed for what, but some people in his government were critical of him. They attacked him. They wrote on Facebook, but he did not fire them because they were critical. But what I see happening now with the civil service and the Montreal City Corporation is wrong. And like I said today, if they continue in that direction, if they're not careful, it will push people to the wall, and things can get out of hand. If you try to make someone uncomfortable, and you think that the person, especially for the person daily bread, I mean, they say to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. When somebody is pushed to the wall, when nowhere else they can result into anything. So I hope they are taking note, and that the legislature need to intervene and stop what's happening. If someone is in the government decide to go and be critical of the government they're in, it's up to them, especially a civil servant. If you're a cabinet minister or an appointed official of the government, but the president, you serve at his will and pleasure. But civil servants do not serve at the pleasure of the president. They are there for government come, government go, they are there. So it's just not a good thing what I see happening. And I hope when we'll discuss it further today, but that's one of the things that are trending. Everybody is talking about it, talking about what's happening, and it's wrong. And the civil service boss, and that's why I reached out to him. He has to explain why he go at the Ministry of Information press conference and double down on such a thing. The city mayor, why are they doing that? You can't do that. The government is not for you. Okay? You have no right to just somebody critical of the president on Facebook or in social media, you fire them. No, we're wrong. But I said the legislature now will see what they're going to do. Like they're going to continue to be toothless and allow the president to have his own way, then trust me, it will just continue to make the imperial presidency empower more and more. But I hope we'll discuss it further today.
Yeah, it's sad though. Too many. You know, I think I don't know whether you told the people, our listening audience, that they fire approximately, I think, 11 or 10 people from the city hall. Three of them. One of the guys I understand was very close to Jefferson Kochi and others, but there were three guys that the front page reported: Alpha G. Gray, Boy Kokoi, and Richard Singway. They were all fired. It should because they wrote something on social media. Wrote about the president. I think the thing is, too many our Liberian people can forget. They're quick to forget. They act like they got, I don't know, ADD or something, or ADHD. You know, they forget quickly. I mean, these are people who were just moving around the other day. You give them power and they come in. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing if anyone insults the president, but you can't fire somebody for insulting the president. I mean, you can't do that. People are entitled to their right, their free speech. Unfortunately, you may not like it, but when you get into that public, become a public figure, people will say things, people will search behind you, all that. I won't insult the president. I don't think it would be a good idea for me to do. But I mean, you can't do that. Come up and firing people that are infringing on their right. You're firing them from their job and all of that. I mean, I think this what I read in the front page Africa. If it is true, this city mayor need to be fired. He need to be removed because I mean, it's bad. I mean, you're creating an atmosphere where the people can express their right. They can't say anything. I mean, I disagree. Disagree. Come on, disagree. My way of reacting will not be to insult the president. I don't think. But where were these same people when there's a guy at the information ministry called Daniel Sanu? Daniel Sanu said one of the most.
Yeah, he said you're gonna Joe Wiachi would drag Joe Wia in the streets.
Yeah, you're gonna drag the president in the street. So now you're quick to forget and you're coming up with something else. You're sacking people because they criticize the president on social media. Are you saying that? I think it's wrong. Let me say this. You know, it's very, very wrong. And I don't think we should encourage that. For me, I think it was very incompetent of the mayor of Monrovia. Very much incompetent to even make a statement like that. And I think he should be fired. Honestly, he should be fired. That's what I feel. I mean, but again, it's another laid back government. Nothing gonna happen. As you saw what they did to where Mike Jabate came up and threatened to kill a sitting lawmaker. And it's a dead case now. It's a dead case.
Mike Jabate threatened to murder the sitting lawmaker.
Yeah.
Who is very critical of the president. I mean, like I always tell Yake, I do not agree with him with insulting the president. The institution of the presidency must be respected, no matter who sits in our office.
Yeah.
But if he's choose to insult the president, it's on him. But for Mike Jabata to insult, to threaten his life.
Unknown caller.
To threaten his life is wrong. And then they just, I saw Gregory Cole, all of them can make me to wonder too. He just brought this guy for a few minutes to the police station and just to show off in front of the people that, yeah, you took action on him, to question him. I mean, such a thing. He said he talked about Russians. So, and one thing they forget to know, tomorrow, if there's any trace of Russians in Liberia, anything connected to the Russians in Liberia, people will record. They will say, oh, but the man said he was treating Russia, he talked with the Russians. So that's why you don't take things for granted. You know, you don't take things for granted, because tomorrow, if anything about Russians come about in Liberia, they'll say, but Mike Jabata said it. He said you're treating Russia, and so maybe the Russians are in the country, you know. But people are taking it for a joke. But the one thing they have been doing is that they've been trying to set up schools with people and the civil service. Like I said today in one chat room, I said, just like in America, the Project 2025 of the Trump team, about Trump trying to go far from it, because that document is so damaging. One of the plans the guy in it is that they will replace civil servants in America with lawyers of Trump. And he said no. He said, he ain't part of it, but you know, so people, all the people that are connected to him, they wrote that document. Like, that's what you're trying to do in Liberia, to replace civil servants with partisans. You don't do that. These people, they should be, they serve president, government account, the government go to serve them, you know. You gotta, but one of those who, like when President Weah fired the Minister of Labor, who's President Labor Minister now, he was minister, yeah, he was Minister of how to call it, of transport at the time, Cooper Crop. Yes, he was on the MGR, I agree, but at the same time too, he was support. You can be in the man government, and then he's supporting the other side, the man opponent, and so the man, and he served at the pressure at his pleasure. So he had to fire him, and people criticize. No, it was his prerogative, right? Once the Constitution says all those nominated by the president serve at his will and pleasure. They serve at his will and pleasure, especially one of those who, like the Supreme Court justices, once they are confirmed, they are no more at his pleasure. But cabinet ministers, ambassadors, the military officials from the chief of staff down, they all serve at his president's pleasure. He can actually resign. He can fire you at any time if you feel like, you say, I just don't like to see people be minister again. He can fire you, all no question. But only those like that's why the issue of tenure came about. Tenure came about to create independence of the president, of the executive branch, so that you won't interfere with the work. That's why the Constitution is clear too. Once you nominate officials of the central bank, the General Auditing Commission, the Election Commission, these people, you can't touch them again. And again, the present NEC officials, the chairperson, those who conducted the last election, they all will be removed by President Boga, because the tenure will expire, I think, next year or so. And President Boga will have opportunity to set up his new National Elections Commission. And he will put a lot of Unity Party faithfuls there, and the president will do it. So you can't fault him for that. Election have consequences, so he will definitely do that. But what they are doing, the civil servant is wrong. They should not do it. They should stop it. And there's a time that when the legislature return to when they come from recess, they should look into it right away. The speaker of the pro tem should immediately call the civil servant boss to order. You don't have the right to, if somebody criticize the president, you don't have the right to fire them. The person's freedom, their freedom of expression, it's wrong. I mean, again, I would say also that I don't support people insulting the presidency, the institution of the president or the first lady or the vice president. I don't support people doing it. If you choose to do it, it's up to you. But some of us, we are well read, so I don't care how much we have differences with you. When I insult you, like when on my page, there's somebody I respected, came on my page last week and kind of insult me. I just block him. I said, "What's wrong with this guy? Got my page, you can't insult me." I just block him. All you can do.
That's yeah. What you can do, you block him, and But the thing is, yes, Tony. I don't see that. I think people forget. I don't know why sometimes Liberians would think they don't think from the head of the mind. They think from the mouth. Because why would you want to go and fire somebody because they were on social media?
Yeah.
Because it says, what is that? I
And I
mean,
hope they, they,
you
they
know,
they put a fire. I think I hope if you're listening, reach out to us. We'll bring you on the show to tell us about what happened. We'll give you opportunity to come and speak to the people. And
yeah,
it's court. Take it into court for it. It's wrong.
yep, you take them to court. But again, to me, I got a problem with our justice system. So some of these people there will be trying their best to do things, but it will be difficult. It will be difficult because sometimes it just hard. You don't have a justice system that is in your interest. It'll be hard, and our justice system has a lot of flaw. But I don't see where in the world you're going to fire people because they criticize you.
And let me see in the letter people they said, can you imagine? There's a letter I have here. It's from Mr. Boy Kokwe, Revenue Agent Distribution. They say your employment service with the Monrovia City Corporation is hereby terminated with immediate effect. Said termination emanates from your consistent and deliberate action portrayed on social media by an enraging insult at His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Human Boyka Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, and government officials, including the government of Liberia, relentlessly, without any regards for your official position as revenue agent of the Monrovia City Corporation. Can't tell me that. So, what his job got to do what he ran on social media?
Yeah.
Moreover, this clearly demonstrates your gross disregard for your statutory duties and responsibilities and amounts to ethical violations and gross breaches of your duty as contained in the MCC Human Resource Policy and the Labor Law of Liberia. The administrative action is consonant with Chapter 6, Section 6.2, Code of Conduct, subsection 6.2.1.32, neutrality and participation in strike and protest. So, did he initiate strike? Did he protest? The Human Resource Policy Manual of the MCC Labor Law of Liberia. I mean, this guy is misinterpreting the management which should extend appreciation for your services rendered. Okay, you turn over all MCC property to the human son John Sharuk Siapa Mayor. I mean, that is a joke. That's a joke. I mean, you quoting the labor law, the MCC and policy. You quoting it and you lying because nobody says. It meant did not initiate protests. Yes, if you're working in the government, yeah, you shouldn't get involved in protests or strike or so forth. Yes, but the man just wrote something else. I don't know what the guy wrote. I don't know what he wrote, but no matter what he wrote, but you shouldn't worry him being dismissed from his job. Why would the city mayor take advantage of the situation? Again, as I said, everybody, you and I, you know what we stand. This now. The ball falls in the hands of the people's representatives, the legislature. I will see what action they will take. Now, when they're talking, I saw Dylan Jeff took a post and Jeff made a post about it wrong. Now, all you say, Dylan, pick up the phone, call the president, or call the city mayor, or when you get back to session, you summon the mayor, the city mayor, and CSA boss. Don't just condemn it. No, it's wrong. Call him. You are a senator. You're a powerful member of the rescue government.
Yeah.
You got the phone and call them and say, read a letter to the speaker of the Senate pro tem. Yeah, you're very close to the pro tem. So she will honor your letter right away. She will take it and put it on the agenda. Yes, you guys were the face of the rescue team. So go ahead and send a letter to Madam Lawrence. Say, we can't let this happen. Some of the CSD boss and the city mayor. So then I say your show cause why the men were fired. What protest or strike action he initiated that led to him to be fired. The warrant is dismissal. Don't just do it for the public to say one of your posts and say, yeah. No. You serious Take or you take to the social media. Go on your live, your podcast, and call the mayor and raise the issue. You know, or you got answer to the president. So, Mr. President, this is wrong. They want to make you look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't do this. But don't just go on your Facebook page and write. I don't then just feel like you're making mockery of it or just want to do for your showcase. You know, come on.
That is true, Tony. Mm-hmm. And I heard the speaker condemn that as well. But they need to take action. You know, those people
shouldn't just condemn it. The speaker should take action. I want to see the speaker there taking action. Yeah. Somebody call the people to order. When I get back, I hear come back next week. When I get back to session, you summon this guy. Don't let him get away with it.
Yeah. You know, it's really, really sad. You know, you can't fire people because they kind of, you know, this is just, I often forget. They're quick to forget. And that's how Liberians are. See, forget as if we don't know what's going on. Well, guys, again, if you know, one of the guy name is Alpha Gray, according to Front Page Africa. He was also fired as well. Alpha Gray. So we'll see what happened. You know, if Alpha can get in contact with us, we'd love to have him come on the closing argument. Maybe we'll get him. Maybe he will come on if we can get him. I'll just get him to call in. I think his name is Lloyd Alpha G Gray. I'm trying to get in contact with him too, if I can get him. But guys, welcome again to the closing argument. If you just joining us, share the show. You just joined us, but we are here today. We were bringing you some information. As we stated earlier, we have probably concluded with about 6 people, and we're going to select one who's going to be our reporter from Liberia. Hopefully by Friday, after we talk to everybody, we will send you, we'll announce the name and maybe invite him on our show. The person who is a successful candidate, we'll invite him to come share about us. But he will be reporting for us from Liberia, and he will be our face in Liberia, reporting for the closing argument. So what we're doing is we're trying to put a lot of stuff together. We still need another phone. We still need iPad if you have one, and we still need tripod if you have one. And you know, if you want to help our new reporter coming on board, he's going to be traveling. He will need transportation and also you know, data and all of that. I mean, you can reach us to us. We'll be glad because we're trying to keep you in the loop. We're trying to make sure. Sometime in the afternoon, there's a lot of things happening, and we don't bring to you to the evening time. So come up, but I think you're following the news. I understand the past new law in Liberia. You can't criticize the president on social media. You criticize it, they will fire you. So I understand some folks were fired from Monrovia City Corporation because they wrote on social media about the president, all of that. I mean, something that was totally wrong. So we're trying to reach out to some of the guys that were fired. If they can come on, we'll bring them on and talk to them briefly. I'll send a message to one of the guys, and I hope he responds. And then we'll bring him on. You know.
Yeah. We welcome some of our viewers. I see Oliver Saka watching from Accra, Ghana. Mozart Dennis, Winifred Smith from Maryland. Asatu Odosi from Maryland. Alio Creighton from Ghana. I see Samson Mosere, Mapu Dyson, Dr. Howard Jones from Chicago. Also, our man bringing the show live from Hot FM 107.9 Liberia, Zeze Evans Bala. Thank you, Zeze. He relaying his show live. If you're in Liberia, you don't have data, just tune into Hot FM 107.9 and you'll get the closing argument live. Zeze Evans Bala is the man in control there right now in the studio. Just get to him. He's the one broadcasting his show live from the Hard FM studio in Monrovia, up Broad Street there. I see Juje Onwe from Johnsonville. Okay, Juje, I'll soon be your neighbor in the next few months. I'll be your neighbor. When I say neighbor, I mean I'm moving there right away. When I kind of grow, I'll be stopping. Yeah. John V. Kiari. I also see the great, my senior brother, they call him T. Fong, Toyiwa Harris. Toyiwa Harris, one of Liberia's greatest basketball legend. Do you know, look, during the days when Toyiwa played basketball, if Liberia was serious now, by the time Toyiwa played the NBA and all, because the ball played good basketball for Barrow, for great ball players. They call him T. Fong. That was his basketball name. Yes, Toyiwa. The morning I saw him, he was telling us about stretching and put us how we can get in a groove, you know. I enjoyed Toyiwa. I saw it. I think we're learning a lot from the big one, from the senior brother. Okay, I also see let me see who else. I see I see Christian Roberts. Christian, always the first on the show. Emmanuel Ma from Boston, Massachusetts. Philip Kiati from the UK. Moses Tonya from Mount Barclay. Alaska Pay from India. Wow, India. That play I won't go on Canada. They say that play all the point go for treatment now. When you get liver transplant, you go there, you get it. You any problem you get, medical problem, you go India now, you get it from there. So my man, what the guy needs there? Alaska Pay, I'll get in touch with you, yeah. So you might hook me up with some Indian doctor there. So it might make me a little younger. Okay. I also see Michael Godwin Johnson. I see my big sister, Mapu Dyson. Yeah, she's in Atlanta now. She lives in Rhode Island when we're there. Yeah, Mapu Dyson. Also, our boy James A. Koyate Jr. from Dupero. Julian Ho. Yes, that's a guy. When you want information, he'll give it to you. You see, you're telling me about the Cooper Cry, Minister of Transport. You're correcting me. That was good. Gamen Giflow from Atlanta, Georgia. We'll soon be in Atlanta. So this is Gamen. Get ready for also Ben Peabody. I'll be storming Atlanta in the next week or two for our
get ready for I like that little fufu soup with the fish.
Man, I talk about Gitu, man. Prepare for all this Gamen Giflow. We're coming to Atlanta for Robert Gagwa's wedding, Labor Day weekend. We'll be there soon. So it says Mapu Dyson also there too. Oh, got all Atlanta people there.
And we're ready to eat.
Already you get
we'll gain some pounds.
We'll
gain some pounds. Yeah, we'll be in the ATL, my old home, man. We'll be there.
Yeah. My old one, Eleanor Davis, Anna Taylor, Michigan, Musu Wabi Cooper. She called my whole name. Call our government name. Musu Wabi Cooper. We are strong fan though. Or probably like we have picture. Everybody criticize we are actually be attacking that. I don't know why. You got G. Glemson Doko.
Hussein Morocco, ING.
Everybody continue.
Yeah, so we'd like to welcome you. We see let me see, Musu Cooper. Anna Tiller. Hi guys, watching from Michigan. Welcome, Anna. Good morning from Australia, Miss Musu Cooper. Good to see you, Musu. Mr. Clemson Doko, following from Ganta. Good to see you. Daniel Junior Pozizi Dode. Yes, Daniel, we are coming to Atlanta. We'll be there on the week of the 30th. I get it on Friday morning. I'll be there. So if you can make it, you want to hang out, come and catch a. Yeah, Otello Swa. Welcome, Otello. Welcome everybody. So we are following a story, guys, from Liberia. I'm trying to get in contact with one of the young men. He and I texting, trying to see what the best route we can get him on. Maybe we'll have to call him. I'm waiting for him to respond, but we're following a story. I'm going to put it in simple Liberian English. This time, you're working for government. You talk about the president. They said they'll fire you. You can't talk about the president. You can't talk about him at all. Whether you agree or you don't agree with him, you can't talk about him. So they fire some people from City Hall. People feeling forgetting. They get small government job. They act that they own the country. The country for everybody. The people entitled to the right. They can criticize who they want to criticize. They can say what they want to say. Edith Mesali from Breville City. Welcome, Eric. They can criticize, but you firing people now. You're taking people daily breath on the mouth because they criticize you. The city mayor that you came with all that energy to clean the city. Now you can't even you even know what you're doing. All that energy, the morale you came with. Now because you can't clean the city, you're going after other people, trying to fire them, acting like you're a lawyer man. Go do your work, the work they call you to do. That's what you should be doing. Then try to fire people from the job. You're not even doing your job. The city's still dirty. Some area there, the smelling more. Some streets you go on Maria, in like separate thing, boss. Everything you can't. You're not doing your job to clean this place. People getting sick. The poor citizens suffering. Now you're trying to turn it on other people because they criticize. This is totally wrong. But to me, okay. To me, what I'm concerned about is the president, the first lady, did an excellent job opening the city hall, and the first lady did not show up. Is she out of the country?
No, she's she's in the country, and that was the issue I raised. I asked someone today, and the program was well attended, I was told, and they said she sent one of her representatives. She sent somebody there. She sent her representatives there to represent her. But I think it was wrong. The fact that once you're in the country, you should have made it a duty to attend. Welcome our beautiful sister and our closing argument first lady. Yes. Grace.
Oh my goodness.
Good to see you, Grace.
Somebody give me all that title. You see how people here agree?
Of course. Grace. No, Grace, I'm actually communicating with somebody I want to bring on the show that got fired from City Hall for writing on Facebook. So I'm communicating with him at the same time watching,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was saying, Grace and people, I was saying, usually the first ladies, they have a special tax to do. Today, if you ever heard about the Antoinette Churchill home on Bypass, in fact, I'm trying to do a documentary on that home because that's where, instead of the one we call group homes in America, that's a group home there in Liberia. Those who are unfortunate, who have having some issue with physical disabilities. From my late mother used to work there too, with Mrs. Lavla. They worked there on the Anthony Churchill home there, many years ago. And that's where Mrs. Todman, the wife of the 18th president of Liberia, William Todman, Mrs. Antoinette Todman, she founded the Antoinette Churchill home with some concerned women in Liberia there. And since then, it's been in existence. But I was told by one of the administrators when I was in Liberia that it had been abandoned. And that's where usually if that particular program falls on the office of the first lady of Liberia, the vice president, they take care of that initiative, the Anthony Churchill home. And you go there, you will be in tears. People are, especially when people with disabilities who are deformed, they're where they are, and they are being cared for by people, by caregivers, and so forth. And I hope the government can take a look at that area and ensure that the national budget the allocates resources for such a program. It's not an easy thing to see someone living with disability all their life, and you got people caring for them. In fact, I always tell people that's why I owe it to people, because to that group of people, because my coming to America was through I was working with old folks in Liberia. We had an old folks home, and we used to come for conference there, and so that's how we kept coming for conference and so forth. So the old folks work with them in Bassau, in Bombing, in Cape Mount. We're all there during the war, after the war, in Montserrat, in Habel, all over the place were there. So these are people who care for their vulnerable members of our society. So that's what I'm trying to say. Anthony Churchill home was the first lady project. Anthony Mrs. Todman. And Mrs. Todman also have on a project. And they said they have a project. I don't know which project, but I think she had a project too. But so I gave it to the former First Lady of Liberia, Claire Weah, for such an initiative. The City of Hope. That's a beautiful place. But I thought the President First Lady would have been in attendance to grace the occasion and so forth. But I was told the program was well attended and a lot of good things were said. I hope somebody can give us some detail about who attended it and let us know. But just want to commend them for it. But I thought the government should be represented fully, but the Minister of General Her was there too. And besides that, the Speaker and Senator Snow and others were there. But Grace,
the President should have gone. They all should have gone. The First Lady should have also gone. It didn't make sense for her to stay.
Oh, go the man, Joey and Baga can speak. How you go there? And two and other people each other.
But my thing is that I don't know if the First Lady were actually invited to that program, so you have to look into things.
She was invited. I did her. Grace, one thing I followed through that she was invited. I actually sent her representative there. She was invited to attend.
Okay.
So
she was invited. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I don't know if she was invited late or she had other something. Yeah, but we have to give it.
Grace Tabiba. That program was played months. I think it was played long. So Madam Claire, we are obviously an invitation ever since. Let's be frank, man.
But you can't just say that because you know how people can act when it comes to invitation and things like that. Maybe she was invited late and she had other things on her schedule for the day. So she decided that those things meant more to her than going to the foundation.
No, Grace. Even if you remember during the transition, when the two First Ladies met, and I can tell you, knowing Claire Weah, she told Madam Boaka about, say, look, the City of Hope I'm building up, that's what I'm building. I will dedicate it maybe sometime in the coming year. And I tell you the truth, there's no way she'll be having that dedication. She went and invited the present First Lady. It just not possible. The
invitation is clear. You already established.
But Grace, there was no Grace. Even at that, that should be on her agenda to say she must be at that program. Even you spend 30 minutes, 1 hour, she should have been on that program. On a serious note, but you see,
it goes back to the advisors again. See, we got some people who are very destructive. They want to bring divisions. I showed them that. Oh, don't go there. Just send representative. Don't go. And go back to our advisors.
So what are you trying to say about it? Woman,
there's not a good way to foster ties with former First Lady. I think she should have gone. That woman having party last week. Don't change that visit. She was in party last. The First Lady had a big party last week for her birthday. So she should have gone and probably just be part of this program to just show support, show solidarity. All the other First Lady, okay? But when you start avoiding another First Lady, when you all somebody else avoid you, I don't.
How do we assume? I cannot take this thing.
What?
I haven't spoken, so I need to talk.
Okay, I don't take over from you, First Lady. Take over.
Robert been balling from Accra to Atlanta, from Accra, Monrovia, all over the place. The boy
boy.
Man, mom now coming to his mom.
Okay, so can I say you finish giving me why you stop now? Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I would like to say it's nice to be on here. Welcome to the closing argument. I was just sharing the platform. So if you're on here and you are watching us, you need to share the show so other people can have the opportunity to actually come and listen to a rational a platform that everybody got their own view. As you can see, we just everybody talking their own thing because we are individuals and we have our own take on everything that happened in Liberia. My name is Grace Goa, by the way, if you don't know me. So I'm here now and I'm about to give my take on the First Lady, the present First Lady, now going to the former First Lady program. So for me, I like to give and take in all situations. I would like to say congratulations for the Liberian Women Advocacy Network International to the First Lady, the former First Lady Claire Weah, for her, what she has done in Liberia, by, opening that kind of institution. Although we know that the Liberian people money that did it, but at least she was able to use the money wisely. and do something in the country, because we know very well she wouldn't have had that money to do that kind of project if she wasn't a first lady getting money in the budget. Money was set aside for her in the budget. The Liberian people, taxpayer money like myself, in the budget, and that money was given to her, and she made good use of the money. So we have to give it to her that she did well. You know, during our time when we was younger, like Victoria Tober, she focused on the younger children. That was us. She did a lot of beautiful things for us. I heard during the Tottenham time that Antoinette Tottenham pay attention to the elderly people, which is one of my colleagues now. I think about doing that because the elderly people need more, you know, attention, since a lot of people helping younger children, because you know, like parents, they are copycat. When you see you every day, John outside, when they come on this side, you do it on the John this side. So a lot of people now helping children, which is a good thing. We're not going to take it away from them, but the elderly people need help as well. Now, as far as Madam Baka not going to that program, I would like to make a conclusion here. Maybe she was giving the invitation late. She had other things on her schedule that she could not make it, that were more pressing than just to attend a program, you know, for opening of an institution. So she decided to go that route. Besides, she just had her birthday. The woman had a very luxurious birthday. The birthday that she never had in her life. She was able to have that as a first lady. So she's still resting.
She just did. She just fired.
Come on, Lisa. I give to her, Lisa. Maybe she's still resting from the party yourself. In your whole life, you can't have that kind of party. You will not be resting. I will rest for weeks. So maybe she's been resting, and she wasn't able to attend. But we were. It was going to be nice for her to be in attendance. That's right, what Tomalin said. It was going to be nice because we have to show support to one another, and especially when we see other people doing the right thing, regardless of how they got the money. Because Cloud, your husband was a footballer. He made millions of dollars. She never opened such an institution in Liberia before. She never even went to Liberia, if I can think. But at least now that she was first lady and she got money in the budget for 6 good years, so she was able to do that. And she did good with the money. Other people got the money. They never did nothing. They stole. They never did nothing with the money for Liberia. So we'll give her her flowers. Congratulations, former first lady. You have done well. And we hope that you will keep the school running on a high level, continue to let your people advertise and make sure that you bring in more children that need the help, not only the rich people children, but the poor people children as well, so they can have the level or standard of education as the rest of the people children will have. That's what I would say for now. Robert, welcome to the platform.
I miss you, man. Thank you so much. So do I have the floor?
Yes, new money. Go ahead, new money. They have the money.
Tony, you're funny, man. But listen, it's gonna be back for my crowd. I was out there for 3 days. Went out there with the madam just to get my head clear a little bit. But listen, it's gonna be back. I was following the show on and off. But let me start by saying this though. I don't know if it was the Liberian people money that we used to build the place, right? I don't have any facts to that. I do know that the first lady do have a budgetary support.
Okay.
And that, so if some of that money was used to build the place, at least that's fine. Because unlike the former vice president, who had a lot more in the budget for his office, we still don't know what major project that he undertook. And so, you know, I'm happy that she was able to use that money wisely. And I mean, the campus will no longer enjoys any budgetary support. So I think the spending, you know, comes in now, where she has now officially opened up the place, and now she has to use her own money, right, for the upkeep, which is most important. You can build the building all day, if you don't have the resources to open it up, to ensure that it's fully and well equipped, to ensure that they have the staff, the quality of staff to provide what those kids need, and the food. I mean, I think it's going to cost a lot more right now to operate that place and to sustain it, as opposed to just spending the money to build the place, right? And so I take my hat off to her, and I think she's done well. And you know what? She could have been like every other first lady or every other politician wife after they've left office. She could have gone about her business. That's what always happen, right? How many of our politicians have actually stayed involved in the interests of the people after they've lost elections? She could have been a better former first lady and said, you know what? You don't care about my husband. He was trying to do this. He was trying to do that. You spoke bad about him. So now we just focus on our own lives. My children don't have to suffer. One is playing professional soccer. Timothy Weah is a multimillionaire. I mean, we don't know what kind of support he's giving his mother. They're very close to do what she aspired to do, right? We don't know that, right? But that's their personal business. But I'm glad that she's open, state of the art entity, and I'm really happy for those kids. And Grace is right. There are lots of Liberians who have not been elected in public offices in our country, who have done a lot of things back home when it comes to giving back to their country. And so we must also remember and commend them for it. But I commend her for it. With regards to the former first lady not showing up, I think there's something going on there. Remember, this is the same first lady, Dot, who opened up a recent housing project, or I think it was a renovation for an orphanage. And the executive management page said that she was doing a groundbreaking uh, of a place that she constructed. And when the facts came out, it showed that that construction started under and by the former first lady. And the least they could have done, right? Because government is continuing with it. The least they could have done was to recognize the former first lady effort in groundbreaking, constructing, and getting that place up to the level it was. And so they had no decency to say, you know what, we will invite the former first lady. Yeah, there should be no beef. What is the beef? There was a grand turnover. I mean, and the former first lady was very hospitable to her. She invited her over, showed her the place, gave her a warm welcome. So I don't understand what the issue yet. There are two beautiful women. Okay, I don't even know the madam, but I believe she's a very outstanding woman. And so I personally have no issues with her. But you got to do the least decent things when you are dedicating such a project, and your office did not start that project, and that you did not construct that project within 6 months, and you put misinformation out there. You are dedicating an orphanage that was constructed and started by you. That you're telling story. I can tell you I'll be what much you lying, but I'm telling story there. You can't do that. So I believe there's still this I'm not sure if it's between the both of them, but there's still this thing about a lot of people wasn't happy about that. But she should have gone. She should have went there, and she should have been a part of that process, because again, those children that are benefiting from that, they care less about the politics. I mean, just seeing the current first lady there interacting with the former first lady in the interest of a noble cause, those kids, I think would have sent a message of unity and would have inspired those young children to do better. To see two beautiful women who have served, who one is currently serving in that position and the other is former, to see them come together, put the politics aside and come together. One last point I want to make is this. This is what I always say when I say what brings us together. We can fiercely disagree all the time. I don't always have to agree with Doc. I don't always have to agree with Grace. But I can respect these guys enough to say, you know what? They bring something to the table too as Liberians. We can disagree all day. I'm open to that. But what brings us together? When do we unite to say, you know what? This have got nothing to do with politics. This is about the Liberian children. This is a noble cause. And for that, I'm going to be there. They're not having a debate between the first lady and her husband. This is about the kids. And you can put aside the politics and say, you know what? This is a great cause. and I'm willing to support that in the interest of this case and in the interest of Liberian children. I want us to move to a place where we are thinking like that. Just because we disagree politically does not mean we cannot shake hands. We can't come together in the interest of something noble, in the interest of our country. There are times where we disagree on policy issues, and it should stay policy issues. And there are times we can just hang out. One of my best friends is a great Unity Party supporter. We don't agree. Lobo and I don't agree on anything politically, but that's my brother. I respect him. I respect his choice. I respect his political alignment. I respect his decision. But I will question what he said then and what's happening now, any day, publicly or privately, and he wouldn't stop me for that. But it does not affect our relationship. This is what we should be. We should be sisters and brothers. And don't think that because we disagree politically, we are at each other's throat, or somehow now we are enemies and we can't come together for the common good of our people in our country. And so it's disappointing not to see her there, but I'm sure that the event was successful without her. Kudos to the former First Lady.
Yeah, just to people should understand about politics. Like Robert, you rightly said, you and I, like in America, you heard about this man, right? Jim Carver. Where in Carville? His wife is a Republican, right? The Democrat strategist, Jim Carver. Yeah.
Yes. And he's a Democrat.
He's a strong Republican, and he's a Democrat. But
yep.
People are married, they share the same bed, but they have disagreement politically. But in Liberia, if you're friends with when you're friends with people on the other side, they get vexed. They say, "Oh, the man on the other side." No, they shouldn't be that way. I mean, and mind you, when Lone Star play tomorrow, everybody will come together to cheer Lone Star, be on the football field. Okay? But again, too, it comes to the issue of governance too. Like right now, some of the very people in this government, I mean, yesterday they were on the other side. People in the city's government was assisting them, were giving them support, helping them. But today, the tides have changed, and they're on the other side. But it doesn't mean that you should be we should be enemies. No, if you want to be enemies, like one person, I mean somebody actually attack us, our guys, our platform, attack the guys, especially the band, attack us on one post. The person on spawn. So I told the person, I said, be careful, because if I should respond to you publicly, you will run on social media. I just gave you a little tip. What I'm gonna say, he never. I think at that time I heard Benson to money. Just drop it. Just leave it. Because you are getting personal with me. You can't take it to that level. I mean, I don't have problem with anybody who support a political candidate as your choice. But we should be friends.
Well, how y'all coming to these conclusions though? The thing is that I don't understand how you're coming. There could be a variety of factors that stop that person for not attending. She could get up sick in the morning. She had a headache.
So all the days, but she wasn't sick for her luxurious party. But Grace,
I just like to be fair with people. But what you're doing now, you're trying to decide or make a decision that the first lady did not for her now, that she never wanted to attend, and maybe it's not the case. Her schedule maybe it was just booked now.
So Grace, is it coincident that she was not sick on her birthday party, but on today she's sick?
Well, why would you compare her birthday party to this? Her birthday party is more important to her than that.
So even if she's sick, she'll still show up.
I don't know. I'm not her, Robert, so I can't say that. What I'm saying to you is that her not attending could have variety of factors that spoil her schedule. She could get up sick in the morning. How about that? Let's think about that way. She could wake up and not having a good day, or maybe the papi with her got her late because they were just laying in and talking about Liberia. Anything could happen. So we can't conclude here or say to the Liberian public that the first lady did not want to attend. She did not attend. It wasn't a good, it did not show a good face for her. Being the first lady of the country and the former first lady is having a program and she doesn't show up. But it could have been that her schedule could not permit her. She could have gotten us sick from the party. She was tired and she just never wanted to go anywhere. Maybe she tried and she couldn't make it. So anything could have been because I don't want us to sit down here and just say, she didn't want to because of political background and she doesn't have support. We are in the web. We are web.
Look, Grace. Look, let me tell you.
Will come for me, and I don't give a hang for them. It's just
Grace,
the truth. And
let
just
me
to
tell
say
you
to
something,
Ben,
Grace.
to Robert,
Let me tell you
$1
something.
million
Okay.
a year in a budget, and that's small money. So ultimately, we are can be the maximum of million years. I don't know whether you ever hear billion, can even hear billion per trillion.
Okay.
We just saying that our budget, the money what we pay taxes, we are giving $1 million giving her to her every year. For 6 years, so she could have done good with the money. What she did cool. Even at that, she got changed to continue to run the organization. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but Chris, let me come in. Let me say this, Chris. There's no reason for the first lady not being there today, except she was seriously sick. Secondly, even the president Barker should have attended that program today.
Thank you.
You
Doc.
need to support each other. You need to support them. But I'm telling you what I've had to say. The advisors have these preconceived negative notion. Oh, don't go there. Don't. If I were you, my veteran, I won't go there. We're all trying to protect their interests. So you will miss an opportunity today to show that you are the mother of the country, to go there, to show that you can foster ties with other first lady and other people who are working in the same interest. That would have been a great promotion for her today had she gone there to see two first lady. That bring love when you see two mothers of the country come together and try to do something in the interest of the country. It would have been better. But some of those same negative people decided, oh, they're not going there, they will stay away. And that's what that's what we're looking at. I think for me, it was embarrassing that the first lady did not go. I know the first lady to be a great person. I know her to be a mother, but she didn't exhibit that today. She did not.
Okay. Welcome, Sylvester Pee-wee. But before Pee-wee come in, somebody attended the program. The person just wanted to share with us the program today. So go ahead. You live. You can tell us what happened in the program. Go ahead.
There's not enough pressure on Israel to do the deal. And there are also, of course,
what I would
Somebody phone on, they got it.
It was a remarkable one.
Yeah.
I can say first time in history, for what I can recall, for the first lady of this country to build a project that worth up to $5 million United States dollars. The project worth, and it was a remarkable one attended by both past and present government officials. We had the House of Representatives represented by Speaker Kofar, and we also had the upper house represented by Honorable Early Melvin Snow, and we had the executive represented by Honorable Cappy Harris Qualley, who happened to be the General Minister, and Honorable Snow make a contribution of 5,000 United States dollars, and other top government officials. And for what I see is, I saw the ministers for gender making some good and encouraging statements saying that her office will wholeheartedly work with the City of Hope to wholeheartedly work with the City of Hope to make sure that the kids have access to quality education. And just so you know, it was the ministry who recommended the first batch of kids who was selected by the City of Hope.
Also,
Steve?
they already have people that will be.
Yes, they started a week before we were open.
Yeah, so the gender minister said it openly that it was her office who recommended the first 100 kids who were selected for the program.
Wow.
But is there any reason? Did they give any explanation why the first lady was not represented?
So, according to the gender minister, she said she came directly to represent the executive.
The executive branch now. Who represented the first lady?
The first lady office of Liberia was now represented at the program.
Wow.
Hey, Grace, you got anything to say? Any
Yeah,
question?
can I just move on from this because I don't know why.
No, we're not moving on, Grace.
Can I? No. Why I want to say is you can't spend 1 hour or 2 hour show.
Good. We got somebody who attended the program on the phone. He's still up there. Ask the man question if you got any question.
What I see is that we need to remove when the first lady did not attend. Until they can come up with a statement, we cannot sit out here and bash the first lady for not attending.
So, Grace, even if the first lady was sick, even if the first lady was sick and could not attend, why is it that her office did not send a representative?
We don't want to do that.
So, Grace, why her office could not send? Why she could not send her office? Even if she could not be there, she could have sent a representative in her place.
So what we will say is that we'll be looking forward to hearing from the first lady office. Why was she not in attendance for this program? But we're not going to make it a big deal. Claudia, as a former first lady, she remain in that position. We're not going to take our whole country and kind of run behind while we attend Claudia Stunning and we attended.
Grace saying two different things. We're talking about why the first lady did not go. The guy who attended the program today is telling us that nobody from the first lady office was there. So exactly. You want to tell me they didn't invite her? Is that what you're saying?
No. Thomas Lee sat here and said she was invited. Now, I am saying that she was invited. There could be other factors that was on her schedule that she couldn't attend that program.
But she could have sent a representative.
She committed a crime with this.
But she did not. But Grace,
plenty events when she was first lady in the country. She never even recognized plenty things that were happening in the country. Her husband never spoke to the Liberian people. Y'all let move on. This is not a sufficient platform. And so you want to tell me that so I can be here and praise St. Claudia and her husband at the end of the show.
So thank you for the contribution. Okay, we appreciate it, man.
The reason why people might think this is personal.
I want to ask him a question.
The reason why
I don't want to make a brief comment on that.
Sylvester, 1 second, okay?
I've been very quiet following the whole thing.
Sylvester, 1 second. Just 30 seconds, Sylvester, you come in. The reason why people might think this is personal, again, to your point, if the first lady cannot make the event, understandable. But the first lady have lots of representatives. If the president cannot make a particular event, understandable. The president has representatives. Somebody from the office could have gone, right, in good faith to show that, look, I'm here. I have a message from the first lady, and I'm here to support. The first lady does not have to show up everywhere. But the fact that she representative, again, speak volume. Someone from her office should have been there to represent her. That's all I'm saying. Sylvester.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, the office of the first lady, and it being a very huge debate back, it being a very big debate back in the country. There's some school of thought that even believe that it is not a kind of a constitutional link towards a particular responsibility, but past history would say to you the first lady being the office of the Liberian first lady, being engaging in a lot of other major social activities to help the government do other things, engage with less privileged individual children and other areas, and that as one of the major projects this immediate past president carry on in the city of Hope in Osa Monrovia. But there are few things I would say, and again, the culture of First Lady Society is basically to build synergies with one another and help promote that across the society. And I would hope that the both First Lady will try to rebound and do those things. But few things I want to ask here, and I think too many should have asked the gentleman there if he's linked to this current First Lady, or the past First Lady, if there was a direct invitation sent to the current First Lady. I wanted to establish that first. Now, if it is a direct invitation sent to the current First Lady from the past First Lady and she didn't attend, and if she did not attend, we need to find out from the office of the former First Lady first and foremost if there was, because this is government bureaucracy. It is obvious that what Grace was saying, that in the impromptu way, no time someone can fall sick or someone can have a schedule that will be conflicted with that of the schedule the near present sent. So in government bureaucracy, if you don't have that, you respond in the time keeping to say, hey, there's some conflicting schedule that couldn't allow me to come here, and I will send a proxy. Now, if that was done, the first big current president do that. But if she was invited, she didn't attend at all, and there was no communication sent that she wouldn't attend to this, that was totally wrong. And I will hope that would not encourage reconciliation and would not bring about peace and the rest of that. Now, it is not fault, but the fact that you were retained to attend this function. And I believe that you should have responded one way or the other to say, I cannot be part of this program because I'm engaged in other governmental engagement or something that the president has assigned me to do. That would be very prudent. That would be understandable. The fact that the Minister of Gender attended the function and other government functionaries are also part of the process, I think it would have been very good that the First Lady, because that whole thing is about helping the country move on. So see, that's one of the major things that we will have to push. But again, even in the budget system, there's no clear issue there about the First Lady of our country having a particular line. When Senator Tito was, at the time, former Vice President was First Lady, the debate came out as to how much people want to put in the budget. If the First Lady having certain responsibility, then the former President, Charles Tito, gave her a responsibility to just take care of the JFK and see some activities coming from the JFK. But there was this big debate about how much we put in the budget for the First Lady. There have not been a defined amount of that. The issue about putting $1 million, that is not actually accurate. There will be some time they will put some 500,000, sometimes they will put this, but there's not a fixed amount going to the office of the First Lady yet. There's a big debate that because it's not part of the structure of a government structure office. It's just the work of the president and that nomenclature being given to them as the First Lady. But it being a debate now that it should be given a preference and be given a particular responsibility into that issue. Even the Second Lady office, there's a debate that would be responsible for the group of 77. It is part of the reason why the very current First Lady was the Second Lady before she headed the group of 77. And there was this criticism about how disabled people were handled at the time, and there were a lot of things that they didn't have. Most of them didn't have any crutches to move about and the rest of that. So there's this huge debate on that, but it's good that they build the synergy between them so that would allow a lot of cooperation and different means of people helping other group of people will come together, because when those two powerful women, because the wife of the former president is equally so powerful as compared to though the current wife is very powerful because her husband is the president, there's just a wonderful thing that they be together and foster that bond that other women, other young women and women in our country will see as a mark of trying to reconcile and move the country forward. But I thought she should have been part of this occasion. It would have been a very wonderful time to rebound the relationship, because during the transition process, I saw the both of them trying to get along very well. Right, they were moving hand to hand, and that would have been out of manifested in terms of this current operational bureaucratic proceeding that's unfolding in our country governance. But again, we hope to see most of those things happen. Reconciliation is important. It's good that we all smile together, and we hope to see things move on. But again, congratulations to Madam Cloud. We are for the City of Hope. It's a huge facility, not too far from the Maritime Training Academy. Near the Marshall area there. It's wonderful. I mean, we love to see our women also in those kind of area get that of trainings. So hats off to her.
Okay, I made progress. Okay,
we shoot.
Congratulations for the City of Hope, Madam Claude Duncan Marie. We appreciate it. I hope I will be used for the intended purpose. Guys, let's move on to this issue.
And can we say something to the former First Lady? We said to the former First Lady that we are not, all of us on the platform don't have the same views. And I'm a very independent Liberian woman who will speak my mind. And I will say again, I cannot speculate on the platform being the only woman here to say that you really actually did not want to attend the program because of party affiliations, or maybe because of your husband government is not in power and the other government. I'm not going to speculate on that. I would just say that it was going to be a right thing for you to appear there, but I don't know what was the problem that you did not appear. We'll be looking forward to hearing from your office why you did not attend that program. And if you choose not to do that, we also respect that.
Okay, let's move. Guys, we talked about this issue about this thing is trending about this dismissal of 9 employees of the MCC. They said at the Ministry of Information press briefing yesterday, the CSA boss, Mr. Josiah Jokai, said that the employees violated the act that created a workspace of the MCC and the CSA. Guys, can you play that clip a little bit?
You play that, yeah. I was just about
a short clip, and then after that, I'll let the guys weigh in on what their thoughts about that. You got to play that clip, please. So while the guys are trying to play the clip, Grace, you want to weigh in on it? Then we'll start with Grace, Robert, then we'll go around. Let's try to weigh in on it.
I want to listen to the clip before I weigh in on it.
Okay.
Tell you the truth.
Okay. Hey, Grace.
Why are you laughing?
Go play. No song. I can't play.
It will come on. It's not.
The Civil Service Agency requests the Monrovia City Corporation to immediately relieve 9 employees who have consistently engaged in dangerous and destructive social media campaigns against public officials, particularly targeting the President of Liberia. These actions have caused significant harm to the reputation and image of the Monrovia City Corporation. The negative portrayal of government officials by these unscrupulous employees has far-reaching effects on the individuals concerned, meaning the targeted public officials and the government as a whole.
Okay. Grace, you just heard the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Josiah Joker, a very good friend of mine.
The Civil Service Agency requests the Monrovia City Corporation to immediately relieve 9 employees who have consistently engaged in dangerous and destructive social media campaigns against public officials, particularly targeting the President of Liberia.
I think we heard enough.
These actions have caused significant harm
I'm ready
to the
to respond
reputation
now
and image of the Monrovia City Corporation.
Okay.
The negative portrayal of government.
Okay. Great. I show Grace. I've heard it from her live. Josiah Jokai, the CSA boss. For me, I think it was what he said in our press briefing. I think is wrong. It's unfortunate. People, Liberia is a free country. Like before you guys came, I told people about it. Some of us were raised differently. I don't care how much I disagree with someone politically. I would never be the one to go anywhere on my page and insult the sitting president or first lady. I would never do that. I may criticize them, but the choice of words will be very measured. But to insult them, I will not do that. But suffice to say, if anybody even did it, I mean, morally the person is wrong, but I don't think legally the lawyers speak against it. But he was quoting the CSA manual and the civil service manual about protest and strike. So if you're writing a protest or strike, but I want you guys to weigh in, and I have a P-Way here. P-Way, I'm sure he'll be able to guide us on this topic. But that's there from Grace, the outspoken Grace, independent free thinker. And
Thank you.
Also Robert too, and then of course the dog will close us on this issue. But go ahead.
And people like us who are free independent thinkers, we get a lot of people against us because for the country that we from, the people are very one-sided set of people. They only want to just think about what they want to think about, and they do it when it comes to the party, what they align with and who they support, their family in government and all that kind of thing. But some of us, we just going to say it as fair as it is, and we will move on from there. And we don't care what you have to think and what you have to say about what we say. We give our views, and thank God the Liberian people in Liberia are listening, because this is around almost the entire country. A lot of counties are listening to this. So our people will make their decision when we speak. I would say that the decisions, the decision to relieve employees of their duties for insulting the president or making derogatory statement, on social media about the government is a complex issue. So because it depends on the policy of the certain institution, there are certain things you just cannot say. I work within that particular range, and that's why I work with the state. So I know that certain things I cannot come on social media and say. It does not give the government the right to fire me, because for me to be fired, it has to go through a lot of process, unlike Liberia, before I can even be fired from my job. But at the same time, there are policies within my institution or the agency I work with, I would say that don't allow me to just do certain things on social media. And for you to be working in such a capacity, you have to carry yourself, conduct yourself very well, and you have to be very careful on how you speak, especially concerning anything that has to do with the government and with the president. Now, does it make it right for the president to fire, or the agency of the government, the head of that agency, to fire those employees? I don't know. They will have to dig in their policies. I would say, personally, if I work as a head in any institution like that, I would dig out the policies that will remove them. I don't think the way they carry all the remove all those employees were right. They could have found other things within that could just relieve them of their jobs. Because at the end of the day, why would you be in certain position and you come on social media and act the way you act, although it's your personal life or the work, but also when you are in a certain position, there's a way you have to engage your behavior, and everything has to do with the kind of job you do. But at the same time, you choose not to do that, they hire you in that position. So if they fire you because of that, it's kind of undermining, and you could fight in the court system to get your job back. That's what I would say for now.
Listen, let me say this. First of all, the dismissal of employees in any entity for that matter, and I don't think that the civil service is an exception, is one that is followed based on policies and processes. And Josiah is I've interacted with him before. I don't know him personally, but I've interacted with him many times. And I got to be blunt here. He sounded like a very arrogant and ignorant man. You do not go to a press conference and request as the CSA boss, and request, and to some extent demand, the dismissal of Liberians on grounds that they have gone on social media to say certain things about public officials, especially the president. We do not know what they have said. And even though there are consequences that comes with freedom of speech, but we don't know what they've said. We don't. And so because you feel like what they've said attacks your political leader, and so gives you the right to instruct anyone to dismiss them, that's foolishness. That's foolishness. He was in area. I mean, what is wrong with Josiah? He literally instructed the dismissal of these people based on them exercising their right to free speech. No one should be insulted. You don't have to insult the president to disagree with the president. No intelligent person have to do that. And I do agree that we must respect the office of the president regardless of our political differences. But the office of the president must also respect the people. And public officials must also lead by example. And wherein they fail to do so, any Liberian have the right to check them. So would you consider someone who works in the civil service in the agency that goes on social media to express a disagreement, to express the fact that they have not gotten paid, to express the fact that they've been delayed in payment, to express that disagreement, is that enough to fire them or to demand that dismissal? You don't do that. You don't do that. How many times was George Weah not insulted? How many times was George Weah not insulted? How many times have public officials not been insulted? And what types of insults are we talking about here? I mean, we can't run our country like this. You can't do this. If an employee violates company's policies, go to human resource. Let them open an investigation. Give them due process. Give them the opportunity to answer to those charges. You don't just instruct someone to dismiss them because according to you, they're targeting the president and public officials. Public officials are public. We can speak to our disagreements, however, respectfully, civilly, yes. But even Josiah was not civil in his press conference. He was very disrespectful and completely out of line. You don't do that. Who is Josiah to instruct anyone to fire anyone because they express themselves on social media? Who is he? Oh, because he just got that job? You don't do that. You need to slow down. He needs to slow down. That position he currently occupies will not be there forever. He needs to slow down. I think he was completely wrong. He was completely wrong. There are many other ways to go about addressing employees who have violated company policy based on what they are supposed to say publicly and what they are not supposed to say privately. And those people are also protected under the Constitution of Liberia because they are Liberian citizens as well. So because they spoke their mind, you should go and fire them because they don't agree with the president's policy and you should go and dismiss them? What kind of nonsense is that? If it has nothing to do with their performances at work, if it has nothing to do with their responsibilities at work, why are you dismissing them? Why are you instructing and demanding folks to dismiss them? Look, my friend Josiah, pipe down, man. Slow down. You're completely out of line. Slow down. That position is not your power farm. Slow down. Thank you.
You're progressive.
Oh man, my brother Raul. Raul, you staying on ground? Because you were just flying go for the man. You were over there.
Raul is.
I think when I listen to my own dear big brother, and we come a very long way. I've done some. We rallied behind for a lot of time when he was actively engaged into different sorts of political thing. And when I heard him again just now, I felt very terrible. Basically, I thought he's a very smart man to slip the way he did. And again, we have to be a little mindful to when we moving up the stairs to be mindful of how we engage with our fellow men. The first and foremost, I don't know if we do have the labor law, we have the Decent Law Act. If we not, the Decent Law Act is going to be something that we stand to be corrected here. That will replace the 1970, I think that's 77 labor law. Then we have to be mindful also to go back to the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, because the Constitution is also very clear that there's nothing, you cannot punish any Liberian citizen without a due process. Absolutely, there have to be a hearing for anyone to be punished in the Republic. That is constitutional. There's no law in our country that is so powerful. There's no law that will have to come, and that's why the Constitution is any law that is contrary to the Constitution, that law should not be around. Now, if basically every institution we have law, I can recall when I was in the GSC, we have what we call the Political Neutrality Act. That was a provision administered in the GSC and that was done by the HR of the GSC. We all were made to sign the Political Neutrality Act. I can recall the late Eric Bemi was dismissed from the General Auditing Commission because of the Political Neutrality Act, because he signed up to it, and there was a due process here. Now, if it is clear that you are a government official working as a civil service, because the civil service standing order is also very clear, and within the civil service standing order, we have the HR manual or the HR handbook. If those staff violated the HR handbook, there's a provision in the HR handbook. First and foremost, there will be a warning notice to them. out of suspension notice to them, because the HR handbook will also indicate that there should be 3 steps taken to move to immediate dismissal. There's no arbitrariness in this process. You cannot be arbitrary. There's absolutely no arbitrariness here, as he instructed, and they arbitrarily dismissed those folks. I think that was outside of the basic rule of engagement in terms of the CSA standing order. It was outside the process of the decent law, the decent law act, and it also against the HR manual of the MCC. So what we need to do now, I think, again, it's part of the reason why folks just moving through the system, but just taking some arbitrary action without any due respect to the rule of law will bring about this kind of embarrassment. And these folks will have to go to court. And if they went to court, trust me, they're going to win this case clear down. There's no hearing. You violated the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia by respecting the basic fundamental rights.
Absolutely.
And the basic fundamental right in our country, the Constitution is emphatic about that. Nobody should enjoy that from any other individual. Every individual got the fundamental right that is enshrined in the Constitution of the country. So we have to first and foremost remind our own, Joe, I think this time around you slipped big. And I understand everyone wants to move progressively. And part of the movement progressively is not part of the line that you will make those kind of mistakes. You have to meander your way through the system. And meandering your way through the system sometimes will call for being disciplined in terms of respecting the rule of engagement. And that's how we have to push into policy processes. If you have an individual that's implementing those major policy prescriptions, you will have to respect the rule of engagement that protects those policies also. Because the policy is not about just moving or taking the microphone and making pronouncements. It is about respecting the rules. And the fact that you spoke the way you spoke, and the head of the MCC himself bluntly follow those instructions, I think it's unfortunate. Only incompetent managers will do those kind of things with dismissing folks without going through the rudimentary steps in protecting their freedoms of employment that they do enjoy in the workplace. I do agree. Every institution will have an HR handbook. And every individual that works with those institutions will sign onto those things. But if they violate them, there are steps taken in trying to litigate those things. If the person did violate it time to time against the warning of probably warning letter or suspension, if you're moving up to dismissal, that person have no room basically to go to court to challenge his institution. No. But to just come out and dismiss those people because you believe that they say, again, one thing that protect those people, it is this law that we pass in our country about political leaders. That's why we decriminalize those things about commenting the way you talk to leaders and all of that. I want to believe Mr. Joker should have known that. Mr. Joker is on record by saying President Weah was never his president. President Weah is not a president because President Weah is incompetent. No one ran behind him. He was on record. The very day they announced the result, announcing George Manuel Weah, His Excellency, as President-elect of Liberia. He said those things and he left the country. It is part of those things. The Abulai Kamara Act also protect Free Speech Act, protect these folks. Now, I'm not defending them of speaking recklessly of a leader, but I'm saying here we have a law on the book. So to get rid of them in the workplace, you have to follow all of the steps that will expose them and say to them, hey, XYZ, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. Because you did this, you fell prey to these things, and we're going to take action against you. There should be a hearing process. They should respond. But that was not done. So to arbitrarily just dismiss all of these folks via the instruction, a press conference instruction.
Can you imagine?
Yes, and I don't want to believe it was even a written communication sent.
No, it came directly to
press conference instruction.
Yeah.
Via press conference instruction. That was not only terrible, but it's unacceptable. And we have to change our script in moving the country and protecting we all. That we move on.
A written communication was sent because I saw a letter.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I say. If only, okay, that's good. Now, if there was a written communication sent, but they found out the one that moved to us was the press communication. But even at that,
and the quoting the code of conduct, misquoting, because I don't know why they say it's a striking protest.
Tracking protests, and again, the Constitution provides that we all can express our grievance whenever we deem necessary. But
with or without
yeah,
government.
so you cannot. I mean, I don't think the partisan war we should engage in at Bureau in terms of dismissing people because they're from different political school of thought. Their political thing should not turn them from a job.
But too many.
Yeah.
This what I said earlier. The current deputy minister, I don't know, I think for assistant minister at the Ministry of Information, I don't know, either assistant or deputy, Daniel Sano.
He's deputy for public
affairs. Deputy Minister Daniel Sano was saying that they were going to drag President Weah.
Great point.
They're going to drag President Weah. President Weah had won the election, and we actually they're going to drag him around Monrovia. The UP people ran with that.
But was he working in the government? That's the question.
But the British supported him. It doesn't matter. They supported him.
It doesn't matter. Chris. It doesn't matter.
He's right to say he would drag the president, even if he's not in government.
It doesn't matter why he worked for government or not.
No, he worked for government. Yeah, he was still government.
Anybody, he worked for Yumli Kanga. Anybody that threatened the president and said they would drag him or do anything, automatically should have been arrested. But they didn't do anything. I think what we saw here.
How does it compare to this, though?
Give me a chance. Let me complete my statement, Chris. Okay. Give me a chance. You're not giving me a chance. So what I'm saying here, what we saw here today was just one of the reckless and irresponsible. Very irresponsible. Those are some of the thieves that take over and want to act that they are defending or they're protecting the president. Liberia is an independent nation. The people have the right to criticize and say what they want to say. All right? They didn't threaten Bouakai. They didn't say they were going to kill the president. That's a different thing. I will not go out there and insult the president. I won't say that. But people could say anything. You know, once you don't threaten the president or say you're going to kill the president, you have the right to say a thing. But what we saw out there was so reckless and irresponsible. Very irresponsible statement that were made, and you going about and firing those people for that reason. I mean, I was just in contact with one of the guys. They're still trying to talk to the lawyer or Alpha Gray, Bob Kwekwe, and Richard Sidney. All those people were fired because of comment they made on Facebook. Did you warn them before? Did you give them a disclaimer that you're working for government? You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. As you said, you work for the state. I work for the state as well. I work for a state. I'm not going to say what state I work for. But we are giving a disclaimer on what to do and what not to do, how to be engaged in public activity out there and stuff like that. We are giving a disclaimer. The fact is, these people were just having conversation and you go out there, 9 people. I don't think they were fired for that reason. They were fired only because they were in previous government and they want to give way now as a dumping spot for UP partisans. That's all they did that for. But they really weren't fired because they made a statement. But they're trying to justify why they fired them because they want to make there a lot of stuff going on within the UP now among the partisans. A lot of them they have not been given jobs. The UP partisans are complaining that President Bouakai is appointing all his Lofan and people from Lofa and leaving his relatives and other people and leaving those who are really in the rain and walking from. That's what they're complaining about. You see, and we see why almost 635 officials appointed was from Lofa, all of them, and that's why they are looking for a blame game. So all these people wrote on social media, not really well. These people are part of CDC and they want to bring in UP partisans, and that's why they're kicking them out. That's the only reason they're doing that.
So is this new? I mean, I just want to say something to Money quickly.
Yeah, where?
Now, what happened? I will sit here and say that I would never be fired from my job like that. I'm not sure whether they have any information from the job that they're working in the agency, what they can do or cannot do on social media when it comes to the government. This is the 21st century. In North Korea, anybody who speaks against the government and the president, they are executed. So these things, I'm not saying that is right, but some of the countries, these things happen, all kinds of things happen in all kinds of different countries. But my thing is that engaging the behavior that undermines and disparages the government can be seen as a violation. But at the same time, people gotta they have the freedom of speech, the right to freedom of speech to speak. So until we can find out when these people go to court, for the court system to really look into this, why they were fired like this. I don't know what policies that HSA has in place that maybe they were told before when they were hired, or maybe during CDC time they never told them, and the man got some information that they don't know, and he never share. Because every time you need to, upgrade your training, tell the people what they're supposed to do, what they can't do, in any agency when you're working. So every now and then, 6 months, they bring more updated information for you. So like, brother, they don't do all those things. So maybe the people don't know. But at the same time, they have the right to speak. It's a freedom of speech that they're right. It's the fundamental right of everybody to have the freedom of speech. But also, if you're working within an agency and you come against that agency, against the head of the entire country that runs that agency, and say some derogatory things, they could find a means in the HR or the means in the policy to let you go. Now, how this man went about it, as people were seeing, there are steps and processes to go about it. How he went about it was totally wrong. And I think that the people who are suffering because of this, the people who were fired, they should take legal action against it.
Yeah, but
Grace, Peabody, give me 30 seconds, please.
Yeah,
30
but
seconds.
the reliance, see, Grace, the reliance, which is, I said it because they said the administrative action is in consonance with Chapter 6, Section 6.2, Code of Conduct, subsection 6.2.132, neutrality and participation in strike and protest of the Human Resource Policy Manual. So tell me now, where Smiley writing on social media, where they're talking about neutrality, participation in strike and protest. So there's nothing, the reliance they're giving for firing the people is totally out of line. Now, so look, the remedy, I will come again. I saw one of the most popular rescue senator, Monsieur Senator Dillon, he condemned it, but I say he shouldn't stop there. Dillon, you have access to the president of the Republic of Liberia. You have access to the pro-tem. When you guys, I want to hear you say, when we get back to session, we put on our agenda, we call Josiah Jokai and John Sharuk Siafa to show cause why they should not reconsider the action on the decision on these people. And the people shouldn't have to go to court right now, sir. They should be immediately call these people officials together and say, look, we are telling you guys to reconsider the action on these people and let them go back to work. Okay? If you have a problem with them, treat it differently. Not to go on the Ministry of Information press conference and announce the people dismissal. I mean, let me say something.
Do they have any equal opportunity employment in Liberia?
Grace, that government there. Let me say something, right? What's happening? Yeah. We're being mindful. Because look, don't forget now, it's a pattern. It started with the tenure people. Tenure people were kicked out. They went to the EPS folks. They kicked them out. Look, and I'm telling you, when they appointed the Minister of Defense, Prince Johnson, the AFL wives started protests. They were taking out and sent to the NSA. This is a pattern. And ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. I'm a student of history. When these things continue to happen, people get fed up. They can take a different recourse. Especially so. You see today, there's how to call it? Councillor Gongo is saying judicial interference erodes integrity and fairness. Now, people are questioning the judicial already. You see, the judicial branch of government, they're being questioned. So we have in America today, how Supreme Court that can just do what they want to do. The one that bro want to follow to now, when you take you to go to the court, the Supreme Court will act first, and next thing they do is then they come out and reverse. So right now, you gotta be very careful because these things are being it's going chronological order. People see what's happening. These things have been documented. The EPS, the senior people, the army wives, then you go to these people from the city hall. When the people get fed up one day, when you say, oh, the people saying they can't stand it no more. They can't stand it no more. So they are mindful. Be mindful what they're doing. And that's why we say our lawmakers, in a public manner, I'm calling on Speaker Kofa Pro-Tem Yomri Kanga to take action to summon John Sharu Siafa and Josiah Jokai. Summon them when you return to session to show them, to tell them why they should not reconsider the decision on these people. It's not fair. I'm telling you guys, let us be mindful.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Grace. By the way, Grace has the right to her opinion, and I personally respect Grace's opinions. I can disagree with her opinion, but I got to say on public, I respect her opinion. I come from an environment where even if we don't agree with people's opinion, we have got to engage civilly and respectfully. But so let me respectfully disagree here, and strongly too. I don't even think you should have even mentioned North Korea and what happens in North Korea, Chris, right? And it's only because
that was just for information's sake.
Yeah, but you should not have even mentioned that, right? Because it doesn't speak well. It doesn't speak well.
But no, that's just for information's sake, Raul.
No, but Greg, you should not have even mentioned it because there's a negative connotation to that. It doesn't speak well to a woman of your caliber because since 1948, North Korea has not had an election. And the election that they had to 2023 was only one option, which was a yes.
But Robert, they may have to succeed.
But that's what I'm saying.
Does that mean
what happens in North Korea cannot be made as an example to what's happening in Liberia. Liberia right now, in as much as we don't like a lot what's going on there, it has created for themselves a blueprint for what true democracy is. And by the way, you don't have to like the guy, but it was all led by the former president in George Martin Weah. He made the choice to democratically turn over power even before the final votes were counted. He did that, and it showed growth in our political setting. And so to even mention North Korea into all of this, I don't think it's
really
well.
Robert.
But let me say this.
Really,
I don't think it speak well. Let me say this though. Let me say this. I think this is when the opposition stands up. This is when the opposition stands up. This is when you go and you protest. But you know what I also realized, Timberland, is I'm not a parent yet, but I think that as adults and leaders, I think that what we do speak volume more than what we say. If we want those that are watching us, if we want those that respect us, if we want those who work for us to do the right thing, they watch what you do. And sometimes our bigger brothers, and when we were much younger, they'll say, do as I say and don't do as I do. But it doesn't work that way. The reason why Josiah and others are brave enough to go to a press conference and make demands to dismiss people on grounds of freedom of expression, nothing that has anything to do with any violation whatsoever, is because they're seeing what the president has done. The president unconstitutionally dismissed or suspended the central bank governor. That was in violation of the Constitution. He was completely wrong for doing that. What has become of that? It's at the Supreme Court. Let's wait and see what the Supreme Court says. We talked about the whole EPS situation. Those guys that were dismissed were strictly dismissed on partisan line. We can't run a country like this. This is the reason why every time one political party gets elected, we have no respect for professionalism. There are some institutions that should strictly not be messed with. They are apolitical. The EPS. Okay? Some of the security apparatus. These people should not be political. The police. These people should be there to protect and serve. That's it. But we've turned everything political in our country. And so we are dismissing people not based on the right thing, but based on political lines. And Tony was absolutely right. This is an opportunity to get Unity Party partisans jobs. What else could they be firing these guys for? But for Josiah to have the balls to go at the MCC, at the Ministry of Information press conference, and speak so arrogantly and ignorantly. He did so brave. He was so brave. He did that, and his instructions were followed. To have done that, the opposition must stand up And I'm not even talking about CDC. The opposition must stand up. I want to hear the voice of Dr. Clarence Manuba. I want to hear the voice of Alex Cummings. He's been quiet for a long time. I want to hear the voices of reasonable, sound Liberians. We can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. You can't be dismissing people because you don't like them or because they didn't agree with you. They don't agree with the president. You can't be doing it. You can't be doing this. Who is Josiah? Who is he? Who is he? We gotta stop this. You can't keep testing people. You know, you can't keep pushing and poking at people. You're gonna piss people off and they're gonna react. You can't keep doing this. This president came here to unite the country. And after a bitter and very close election, you've got to lead by example. You can't keep doing it. Mike Chabate came here and threatened the life of another lawmaker. He still has a job. Have they fired him? Have they held him accountable? Have the executives spoken to this issue? Is he protected under the Constitution for free speech? Even though that speech speaks to threaten another Liberian, another lawmaker? Has he done that? But you're firing these people who are nobodies. They have no money. They have no names in our country. You know that this is going to not probably go nowhere. And you are going after them because they disagree with you. You are a public figure. Look, we must stop this. And the opposition must stand up. They must stand up responsibly, and they must respond to this nonsense. This nonsense have got to stop.
So, before you come in, can you give me 2 seconds? Let me respond to Robert. Robert, I mentioned North Korea because I wanted to give information to our people. Do I condone what North Korea did? I will never even be around such a country. I'm just saying that in North Korea, when you speak against the president, you are either going to jail for the rest of your life or you're being executed. It's just for information's sake. Now, does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. What I'm saying is that if Liberia has agencies or programs like the Equal Employment Opportunity Program that make sure that all employees are treated fairly, you think that people will be going through these things? But when every government agency is hired, people that hire in those agencies are appointed by the president or his family member or people that are close to him, these things happen. So Liberians need to push more, and that's why people say, oh, this and that. Most of them did not go to read Dr. Clarence Manuba plan that he had for the country. He had all these things in it. How people were going to be employed according to their competence and their adequate knowledge. How they were going to be, he will appoint 5 or 6 people and they will vet them. Means that they're going to take a test. They will be interviewed before one person will be picked to be a minister. That's how to lead a country like Liberia. But when you have the president doing everything, he appointing the people, he can make sure he fire them. So when the people get vexed, when something happens, they say, oh, you talk against the president, will fire you. Mike Chabate, as you just said, he spoke against, grave threats against a certain lawmaker. Have you heard the president office say anything? So I'm just seeing these things that because all these things, the things that are supposed to be put in place are not put in place because Liberians always vote the wrong leaders. They don't want to hear it when you say it, but they are the problem. They are the cause of their own suffering. And they are the cause of their own problem. And then when the people get in, then they start to buy them up, then they get mad. So it doesn't make it right when they do these things to them? No. But what are you think our lawmakers, they should not be in session making laws and doing things for Liberia? Why should they focus on this kind of thing? Because there is no equal employment opportunity program in the country to be able to actually clamp down on these kind of things that happen in this agency. So that's how it just goes out. So everything becomes politics and everything becomes an issue, and we come here and discuss it. Some of these things are not even needed to be discussed. To tell you the truth, they're supposed to have programs in Liberia to take care of these things and nip it to the bud. But this is the country we have. And I just wanted to respond to that.
And Tony, let me say this. Oh, Sylvester, go ahead. I'll give it to you.
Yes, but again, for me, what I would push is that a lot of our institutions in Liberia today, and it started from many decades, and it's wrong. We need to protect institutions, and the Constitution of our country is also clear. the Constitution provides for equal opportunity to work. Equal opportunity to work. The same thing the Constitution gave us, the freedom of expression, we have equal opportunity to work. And that's what that's the most supreme laws of our country. Now, and that's why different phases of the law, we have our HR handbook, we have the Decent Law Act, we have the labor law of our country, and all of those things we need to set a standard. Now, I would believe that the very CSA now need to move on very aggressively to begin the process of even protecting. Now, even the security sector have been politicized in the country. You have folks will come in today, and if the man is sworn in as president of the Republic of Liberia, so now they've mobilized 150 to 200 men, and they'll have to absorb those people in the security sector. Most of them absolutely no training. They go become a partisan mindset. And you see, and that undermines the peace and security of the country also. So professionally, we need to put trained civil servants that are competent, trained, willing to do the work, and will execute their function in a more independent fashion that will be committed to the state, not to individual. The issue about individualism or institutionalism, we need to define what individual is and what institution is. If this person is Minister of Information today or Minister of Finance today, that person, there should be no proclivity given to that element to say this person is of the sole authority to bring all of the major agents and government functionaries in that institution. We should bring people that will be competent in discharging their responsibilities. If that minister is out tomorrow, those individuals should stay. The only reason those individuals should be removed if they violated the standing order, the Civil Service Standing Order, or the HR handbook, or that of the Decent Work Act, if you will. If they blatantly, because anything that will bring arbitrary dismissal is that where someone has blatantly violated the law that governs them, when they have done something that is inimical to their functions and responsibility thereof. So we have to understandably come to the realization that it is important that we implement these things and begin the process of saying it is now that Liberia have to set these standards. We remove partisan process in certain institutions, because what you do, you give room for competence. You give room for people to meet their deliverables in terms of meeting the target and achieving the necessary goals into those institutions. Other than that, you bring a lot of incompetent and unqualified individuals. Not only that they're not qualified, but they're grossly incompetent. And then you see where the process about productivity and we not gain those maximum benefit that we anticipate. So it's important that the country would now have to move and have this discussion. It's not about being the partisan. It isn't about someone that is working that says insulting the president or doing this to the president's office. No, we've done a lot of things to decriminalize a lot of things about people talking to public officials. Now, we should get them limit. And that's what I'm saying. We cannot, in certain institutions across, even in the developed countries, and those developing countries where we find ourselves, we stay at terror, struggling on a developed country, but even the developing and the developed countries, there's a clear rules of engagement, like here in the US. You don't go to work, you be to work while you're on social media. A lot of those things. You don't do that. That is, in some cases, that isn't the right process about you being recommended. I don't know. There are different conditions of those. Can we begin the process now of saying, yeah, there are those laws from the book in our country, but the way we go about the implementation process is where that is a little bit bizarre. And those kind of bizarre circumstances, as we engage those things, cannot allow us in giving us the step-by-step mitigation procedure in terms of trying to get away with those things. But I think it's important that we bring some sanity to the workplace. It's important. And I believe, I'm one person that believes that we should bring sanity to the workplace. And to bring sanity to the workplace, we have to set those workable and procedural standards that will govern we all, void of partisanship, void of favoritism, right? We need to begin the process of being a straight shooter. Today, this law is not going to protect Pee-wee, it's not going to protect Timony, it's not going to protect Dr. Peabody. This law is going to be a holistic law that those that will be competent will work in the competent field. If you violate it, the spot you're competent, despite your qualification, you're going to get the space. That's the standard. If you should be a master's degree holder to hold certain senior civil service position, you should be and go through the basic rudimentary, right? It should be based on the merit-based process is important. Instead of just you bringing the system in today, this group will come and invest when somebody says things, invest them up and against other people. I think we should set a standard for our country. To begin that is the beginning of putting into place structural policy process. And putting into place structural policy process is the beginning of development. You give room for social changes and give room for structural changes. And when structural changes are put into place, you see a lot of transformation in the country. Good people start thinking outside the box. And when they think outside the box, they bring progressive, revolutionary transformation in the country. And that's what we need in our country today. Everything is down. To change those things, we need a bulldoze tendency in implementing policy structural change.
Well, Peabody, you want to say something before I wanted to read something?
Yes, Timothy, like what I said, I just want to re-echo that. I just think it shows the lack of the limitation of the civil servant director who, because as a trained civil servant and educated man, you will not even get out there and speak with any sense, because what he did today was just, I don't know, he was doing it in the interest of the party, but as I said, they are just using that as a dumping ground. Now City Hall will turn into be a dumping ground for disenchanted Unity partisans. There are a lot of Unity partisans that are disenchanted right now. They are complaining. I heard it. Folks have told me. There are a lot of them who struggle even from here. There are some who were given preference when it came to this tenure position. They allowed them to move in and get it. And there were some who were even given tenure position. They are telling them, oh no, it's tenure and you can't go there. But they were able to remove some people from their job because they were the interest, it was the president's interest. The other one, they don't care about them. And there's a lot that have been going on within there. There are a lot of disenchanted. They are mad. They are crazy because they complain of two things. They complain that the president has continuously appointed his family members to key position, in which we can name, okay, from the central bank onward to other ministry, everybody. Now Liberia is turning into be the Republic of Lofa. That's what Liberia is turning into be, the Republic of Lofa. Because it seemed like almost impossible. But we said this thing before when we were on Prevent Network. We said that, in fact, I've asked the vice president when I was a panelist on Spoon, that a lot of people complain about him being a tribalist. I asked him that question when he came on Spoon, and he said no. But what we are saying now is just what we asked him. People who knows him has said it, that he often talk about this black book that he had kept for so many years, that he has a lot of resentment against the Congo people and other people that he had resentment against. He wrote all of that in his black book. People who visited him, he removed that book and talk about it. But this is a man who came. Look, a leader should not be the one who takes side. A leader should be the one who takes control of situation. And President Baga has proven not to be that kind of person. Look what he's doing. They talk about him being in power for 40 years. If you've been in power, because that's why you ask any Liberians on the street, why are you voting for Baga? Oh, he's the only one that got experience. He's been there 40 years. He never stole before. He never did this. He will crack down. But apparently, he is not up for the tax. He probably lacks the energy for this tax. He probably is not able to do it because what we're seeing is like everybody doing their own thing. Everybody driving their own book and taking their own action and doing everything. It has not even been 8 months yet. We are seeing corruption flying all through the windows. But yet and still, you criticize the previous regime. Oh, they were rogue. Oh, they were stealing. The same old thing. So what kind of change are you bringing? What kind of relief are you bringing to the Liberian people? when you firing people, when a city mayor or civil service director go on national radio calling 9 people that are going to fire, I'm afraid these guys will go to court and nothing will happen. That's what I'm saying. They will go to court. They will have the right. They will have a case for people to fight for them, and nothing will happen. That will be the end of the job. Nothing is going to happen because our court these days sides so much with the government only because of the personal interest, judges and all of that, personal interest. So it's hard for the Liberian people to get justice, even if you take a case to the court, because they want to get the benefit, so they will side with the president. But what we're seeing happening in that country is so regrettable. It's sickening. It's very disturbing to the mind that folks will fire people because they have a link. And you just say like, oh, president, when you work for President, he's not friendly with somebody. You can't be friendly with other person that did the same thing, and they were, oh yeah, the president can keep treat, or the president can do this. But now, because those guys, 1 or 2, and they had association with Jefferson Kochi, you say you're gonna fire them from the job? Because I mean, it's a strategy to bring in the disenchanted cities. I mean, UP partisan. That's all. That's the strategy. So they will do it. And like you said, Tony, they went to the EPF. They fire people, even train people. They started firing them before they even took over. Sam Gay was just acting like he controlled that place. He went there. You came from the from drug enforcement. Why you didn't go to LDA? He jumped there and started firing people. Old people not qualified. People not doing it. There are a lot of them in there not qualified today. So you qualify as an LTA man. Why you didn't go to LTA to be the director there? Because you got international experience when it comes to drug enforcement. So why you didn't go there? You jumped the EPA that you probably don't have a lot of knowledge about and started firing people, removing them from that position, and see what happens. How many people you lay off? You lay off people. You don't create an opportunity for them for unemployment. You just go there and start laying off people because of in the other party. So you kick everybody out. You bring your group. So it's just there's a cycle of Liberia. They will kick the other group off. The next president comes, you will kick their group off and bring another group. So we'll always have that division among Liberians because we don't have somebody who should unite us. All the leaders are coming down, they are dividing us, which is very sad.
You know, one of the like I said, the only reliance the people have mostly is the lawmakers, right? But I will call out someone, and it seems as though he has been honestly. If we are giving awards this year for the most consistent lawmaker who have been who have been really speaking out. I mean, take your leave is Musa Hassan Bility. That's what he wrote, Mr. President. It is imperative that you rein in your CSA Director General. He does not have the authority to infringe upon the rights of civil servants guaranteed by the Constitution. If you fail to act, it will be evident that you are using him to purge the civil service. Reassert control over him, or we will be compelled to take action ourselves. Consider this a warning. Now, look, the Constitution says you have 3 distinct or coordinated separate branches of government. Okay, the executive that are there to enforce the law.
Somebody, I'm not breaking you. Sorry, the last time they were only very sure.
Yeah,
his ability came up firmly, and I took that. So when we talk about this, Yekakuruba scenario, Bility said something was going to happen. Nothing. This is nothing.
Come in now. Let me. You got the executive to enforce the law, the judiciary to interpret the law, and the legislative branch to make the law, right? But now, get the point. Again, MPW, the idea he's speaking out now.
Yeah, I like that. Again, they should take some action also.
That's what I said. I'm watching to see the speaker and the pro tem. I'm watching them to see what action they will take, because if they continue to allow the executive to have his own way, then this thing will get out of hand once.
There will be no check and balance. Yeah,
because on a serious note, you can't have one person speaking like, I mean, we're always calling them to order. It's wrong though, you see. But at least Bility is on record or speaking, and
they can invite the CSA boss. They ask him to rescind his decision or that the who he contempt or something. Yeah, they can do that.
Put up no confidence in 2 of them, and then what you do, you have the power of the purse. If you fail to act, we'll not fund your agency.
Period.
People do America, do all around the world. Okay? But you allow these guys to have their own way. And now you are better than saying, if the president failed to act, that means it appears that the people are acting with his acquiescence. You see? Yeah, he's aware of what's happening. And this should not be the case. I'm saying again, to my friends in the government, all of you guys better act accordingly. These things, when these things continue to happen, people will get fed up one day and they will take their own recourse. That's what you want to see happen.
You know how to do government thing. If you believe you want to take action against the people, call the MCC boss.
You got some partisans who are now disenchanted right now. They're not happy. And someone will come to you in your inbox and give you information, say that's what's happening. Okay, that's what happened. That's what's going on right now. They're not happy. And the last thing we'll see happen, your disenchanted partisans will join the opposition. No, they right now, that somebody, I think Robert said it, or you said it, or somebody said it earlier. The opposition needs to now start talking. You should wait for 2027 when you start talking. When you tell us, oh, it's too soon. No, you start from day one. You see, you start from day one. I mean, we in America, right? On the day Biden got inaugurated, Trump started to attack. How you do it? You start going after your opponent. Okay, you see what happened? And as soon as they get an opportunity, you launch. But I'm saying again, these guys that are in government gotta be careful, be mindful. They are pushing this country to a brink of chaos. We're warning them. Stop what they're doing. You have no right to just take people from a job, the daily bread. You know how many? Every time you fire one person, that person living on that person's paycheck. How much money the guys are making in Liberia? Someone making $350, $150 a month, and you're taking that from the daily bread because they I mean, that you guys, Grace said it, people said it. There are processes. Okay, you could do a lot of things. HR can call you, say, okay, the time you posted that comment on Facebook, it was during work time. You're on your phone. So I mean, different thing, progressive discipline. But you can't just come and say these people, and you try to win favor over the president to say, yeah, the president will do this. He won't win favor over the president too. He say, oh, we got a man because he will kill the man. He said, we're coming for you. I'm a Russian, treat Russian. Okay, and you see they somebody went and wrote. I don't know what the people wrote, but people out there are begging, man. Bring the guys, let them tell what they wrote, what happened that led to the dismissal. Because they see now
you have the court cases.
It's in vain. They see it again. But is saying, he said, Mr. President, we recognize that many of the alleged cases of corruption did not happen under your leadership. They have come to light during your tenure. We appreciate your non-interference in the work of the GSC. However, Mr. President, it is important to consider that not addressing these allegations could have a lasting impact on your reputation. Neglecting these issues for political reasons may lead to harsh judgment from history. You see, now, who's asking that you don't cherry pick the whole corruption, nothing, not cherry pick it. Address everything holistically. Go after everything. But what's happening now is people know that games are being played now with the whole issue of corruption and all the business. Playing games with it now. Because, if, for instance, if I found out that my man people is connected to some corruption issue there too, I don't care. I say, when that report, I say, no, okay, I will dodge it because I don't bring my man people in. Okay, so I will dodge it. The one that I involve any of my people that I will go after. It's wrong. It's wrong. So, I mean, I just pray and hope that people will see reasoning and will start to speak out and to act. Before I rest, I await the legislature returning to session. I want to see the action of the speaker and the pro tem. Also, what they will do with this thing that's happening in the country now is serious. Grace?
The way you're saying it is so funny because you know we don't expect anything of these people. Honorable Belete means well. I think he's the only person has been speaking out, you know, as far as in his capacity as a representative. He was the most person that speaks out against these things. But he's one person. So we know that he means good. And I said it the other day, but can he alone be able to actually bring what's supposed to happen for the right thing to be done in that house? He cannot be alone to do it. I wish he was a speaker, I'll tell you the truth. I wish he was in that position because then a lot of things were going to be done because he seemed to be on the right path and he seemed to really be there for the Liberian people. He really want to change in that country. For his posts and things I've been reading, it's so sad that, you know, the people who have the heart, who have the mind, who really want to see the change in Liberia, they are not in that position to actually be able to bring that change. So again, Liberians, until you can start to vote the right people into the right places, Liberia is going nowhere. The future generation, your grandchildren, could be in limbo for the rest of their grandchildren's lives. Did you guys get it? The future of your great-grandchildren, generation of their grandchildren, all will be damaged. And it's so sad for us to be the ones seeing these things happening. And we are now in a position to do something as this generation. And we are not doing it because of love for people, love for party. How can you support one person for the rest of your life that's seeing the person doing nothing? You have the right to choose other people at a point in time that, you know what, this is not working for me. We're going to the election. I don't see this man promising anymore. Do I support him in the first election before this? I will change my mind because I see somebody else. It's just the right thing to do. But the place you're supposed to put your loyalty as Liberians, you do not. Some people even will be friends with other people. They don't even know you. They will hate you for the rest of their life because that friend hates you. That's how simple-minded people are. Then it's the world over. It's not only Liberians do that. But I'm just saying, but most majority of the other people in the other countries, their eyes are now opening. Kenya, even right near Sierra Leone, the people's eyes are now opening that, you know what? We have to fight for our own people. We have to fight for our own children. And to do that, we have to put the right people into places that will be able to execute. Your speaker not talking. Who's that not the speaker? So the people you will be talking and writing on your Facebook page. But if the speaker was saying what he's saying, it takes more effect. You know, and when will the speaker come and say those things? Are they working with the government? Are they laying in bed and they are friends? We don't know. And the friendship and relationship are destroyed Liberia to the core. I can't say anything because the other person is my friend, you know, the person is my friend. So I can't say we just get to hold that one. So we work and talk we for the Liberian people. We are the worst enemy for the Liberian people because you're talking for them. They love you for talking for them. And they see that they hate you for talking for them against the people. While they see that they want you to talk for them. So they are confused. Other people, they don't know what they want you to do, but they just there. So the elections coming up again. I keep on saying this thing. These are the days for us to start to break. Be like Braga, get your black book. Start writing the people thing when they do something so you can't forget. 2029, a few years from now, the other person, they did that on October 10th, in 2024. 2025, can that person, they did that. So when the time comes, when they bring that, we'll not forget. For us, we'll not forget. We'll retain it in our memory, but some people, they will forget it. Soon the person can start singing that song, oh yeah, oh, they finish forgetting. They get into that policy mood and sentiment feelings, and they destroy the country again by bringing the wrong people into places that they're not supposed to be. And that's just what I have to say.
I agree with V. Harding. The citizenry is the biggest opposition. Let them speak and fight for themselves. They are hard-headed and setting the ignorance to keep voting.
Damn right.
Damn right. It's my look. As I was telling you guys, that election today, it will be CDC and UP in the final again. Yeah. On the flip side of the coin, the people who, for instance, I said in one chapter, I said, right now, that time for Gonglo, comics, money by them start talking. They say like that says we are not being the one handed with power. They'll start talking now. The other people not, but it will not happen again. The person will say no. The person might be on top and it's happening. So look, right now, Liberia, I want people to say that Vlad didn't get best. We are in Vlad. Because right now, I don't see nothing moving. Okay. But the lawmakers, my hope is in there a little bit. Because they're the most powerful people in the country. Presidential government, they can say whatever they want to say. Nobody can hold them. They are protected on the Constitution. Whatever they said in section, they protected. But again, how will they talk? Okay, you got lawmakers. They're saying letters to put their relatives on board for the concession companies. Then, okay, you got lawmakers who relatives are. I mean, look, if I'm a lawmaker, I'm part of the rescue team right now. I got about 5% already, and I sent to work to certain places. Letter of going, they're already working. So you think I would talk easily? I send people to this other concession company.
Of course.
I'm compromised already. And it's sad though. It's sad. And look, the people, but mind you, the people that you're talking for, they'll be the one insulting you.
Yeah.
Let me tell somebody say, I saw somebody write and say Grace looking for a job. How was she looking for a job when she worked in the greatest country on earth? Where would the state to get a state job? America, not job.
Thank you.
Left-hand job. Okay. That's why I say, oh, somebody you vet because they give you a job. Come on. I mean, you get all the benefits here. Your children, they got who help benefit, you got help benefit, insurance, everything. How you say the person looking for a job? Person just
but that had they kind of
they said about you to talk about that mean that they want job. No.
Yeah.
Again, no, it's a sad thing though.
But look, something we seen this, and that's what I'm saying here, that the president probably is not in the know of a lot of mess that's taking place. I mean, if you have somebody who could sit there and fool a whole president to say he talked to Elon Musk and the executive management had it on the page, is that any serious group of people? You lie like that to the president of the nation? You say he talking to Elon Musk, and you take the phone and give it to the old man, and the old man talking to a computer generator boy.
And I told somebody argument. I said no. I said no. I said you know something. I said we cool. I can't embarrass you, man. But I said I said the paper don't do that.
That was so embarrassing.
I said because had that thing been a real Elon Musk by now, you would have seen the people in the on radio now. Yeah, but why they put it on the executive management website that the president spoke with Elon Musk? Why they want that there? And it was a national news. The UP policy ran with it all over. President, we are speaking to Elon Musk. Well, they started showing that different video. They see Elon Musk, the same kind of AI video for talking to different people. They started to take it down into the foreign minister. They said the president was in the car and you were talking to Elon Musk. How can you make a lie like that for a whole country? And everybody just buried it and talk about it. I told a friend, I said, look, that's an AI thing there. I said, Elon Musk.
For true.
I said that's a prank there. You don't stop that thing.
It was a shame. Very
great.
You say, hey, Elon Musk, you saw Elon Musk talking with Trump already. I real Elon Musk there. Yeah. But you know, I mean, it's
the best. Blah. They won't believe it. Blah. They were running with that.
Another issue, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, the issue about this budget, right? Okay. Somebody told 20, they said the executive branch said, oh no. Somebody put $20 million in the budget for the less of the job. Now, where the money coming? Who put the money there? But now the tune changing now. They're using different word like miss a line, trying to find a way to do it. Now I got front page that came out something today. Another one. Oh, they call it serious problem now. You got the front page story. I think you guys saw it. Okay, they say the GAC audit reviews unauthorized of 12 bank accounts by the National Road Fund. I mean, 100. I mean, look, guys, the country is in a serious problem, and we're taking it for a joke. But it's about time that people start to speak out. Okay, because the reason why we talk to somebody, so I was not tell you Grace and people and Peabody, they tell you say, well, Georgie, right now I go talk. So my business are doing, my contract are getting. You know what will happen? I said, but and you hire people. I said, I mean, did they poke here? To the extent where some people are hide what they're doing. You're a businessman, you are hiding. You're afraid that they find out you're doing a business and you're the one running a mouth talking. They say, okay, for you, we'll close that man or close that woman. She will not get that contract again. And that's what I mean. How can you survive in a country like this? They do that, and that have been happening. Computer government, that's what is continuing. You pay the call, and there was sometimes you invite people to come on your show. They say, "Can you be from you? I want your show every day, but I can't go there because I see something there." Imagine, look at the ball came out of day. My brother Chokon say, he said, right now politics. I want to talk politics because I'm protecting my candidate. If I can't talk something now, somebody got to take it. I mean. That's the mindset we got. It's wrong. But if you continue to push people to the fence, they're going to revoke. They're going to act. People, you stop what you're doing. The country is not a country that they say is not divided. The country is divided. People are not happy. Some people regretting that they left power so quick, and they say, "Wow, no, you can't see it happening." So imagine, I don't have pocket money show. I remember I went to Liberia field. I said, "Yeah." I saw myself. I said, "Yeah, power don't change," because people that had certain opportunities, they don't have it again. Have certain privileges, and you want to take a look of it. Certain people around Courtney, when they read on Facebook, their followers just became their blossom. They got over thousands of followers. Now, when they write this down, 5 minutes, you'll see people, maybe 4,000, 500 person already comment. But this time, when they write, it take them hours because the number. I said, wow. I'll tell people about it. Look at the person. The person to the top power, the followers were high. And the right people run to comment on the post for the person to see their commenting. But nowadays, it's different. That's why some of us cannot, they cannot mind. I can work in government job because you coming out maybe to say I might succumb to you or start kissing, asking that keep me on the job. No. Thank God in America where I work for myself and I can take care of myself and my family. Because you can I can be succumb to you because just I want to be on I want to be in your good grace. No, it's wrong. But again, let's use our platform to speak to the people that are in power. Stop trying to divide the country. Everybody has a right to work and live peacefully in our country. If somebody decides to be critical, let them be critical. Once they don't violate the law, let them enjoy the freedom. The freedom was fought by people for many years with blood and sweat. Okay, people pay the price for the freedom that we enjoy today. So the people that pay the price today, they're not alive. And man, I just want to stop to recognize the passing of Liberian geophysicist and politician Clotus Watterson. He died at the age of 87. Former pro tem Senate of the Senate, a former leader of the I think and Pee Wee, what were the group that Watterson headed?
The Alliance, yeah,
The Alliance, yeah, they're trying to play the man. No, Grace, people have been pretty positive for long. I don't know what were you guys, but I remember I was around. That they say with the king got a beach house, right? Everybody thought that Barcos were going to win. That the Barcos or somebody were going to win the Senate Bureau position. And then what happened on that? So only flip. Watterson won. They said no. This is but people tell them were beating. People that Barcos said Watterson won. They said no. And they just honor that man.
PR9 started off rap, PR9 just surface and
when people say that they honor that puppet, and then the man went there and tell them flog them good again, big time. Because we've been divided for long too. To come together every time we get 13 parties, 20 parties. And mind you, right now, all the parties we have 2023, where are they now? All of them with a bag, have offices around, all of them gone into hibernation. But soon as 2028 coming, they come again. They won't start having party again. I say we are learning all lessons. We'll be very careful. Any party that win now, we probably not winning party. Yeah, I know the party that win. Yeah, they didn't exist. Yeah. Today's the birthday of one of our members. You put a picture of, man. She one of our strong supporter of the closing argument. She always contributing to the closing argument. I mean, every time we raising funds, she's one of the first. Ms. Nora Hawks in Iowa. You just put Mr. Hawks picture up, man. She's a nurse there in Iowa. Today is her birthday. Tomorrow her birthday, but because we won't be on tomorrow, I want to recognize her. Also, today's the birthday of the former mayor of Painesville, Madam Pam Belcher Taylor, my big sister. Happy birthday to you. And also to Nora Hawks. You put Nora picture up, man. That feature Nora today. Tomorrow her birthday. She won't be on. But guys, that's where we are as a country. So you can weigh your thoughts on it. And
I think the country is not born. We just have to be managing how we do the country was not born. But we as people, what we have to do is that we need to change our approach in terms of how we want the governance system to move in the country. Changing the approach by trying to set, I mean, we can move to the politics, we can do the politics, but if we would just want to do the same vicious cycle time to time, I don't think the country will move anywhere. Our generation will come and move through, and again, we would just again stick to the process about what we want to do as a country. We will have to now set an agenda to see what is it, and that's why we encourage other people to come in the political dispensation, other leaders, other people that believe that they can contribute towards the country moving forward, right? So we have a lot of young leaders that are craving, that are nursing presidential ambition in the country. Can we give them the opportunity to come in and be part of the discourse? So say, hey, this is what we can do, this is what we can offer. They go to the national discourse and debate the issue about what's going to happen in our country history. Because we cannot just move a country on the basis of partisanship, on the basis of my brother, my cousin, and this and that, right? We have to move the country on the basis of who can get the job done. So I'm very pleased that we can change the country. I know we can. I don't think we be those kind of dogmatic elements in our country. We will not time to time be dogmatic. We will have to think outside the box and be more excited in terms of how we want our country to be. Setting budget, changing budgets, that's not the provision to move on. But the budget situation, I think the president can solve that problem. If anyone temper of the national budget, the president will again review it and send it back to them. If they refuse, you veto it. If they override the veto and reject the veto and then say that they override the veto rather, and then move, there will be history that the people will understand that the president did everything he could in his power as president to reject the budget and veto the budget. And then, but they came because of the two-tier, because the Constitution is clear that the Constitution said two-tier of both houses can reject whatsoever the president will do. So if that's the case, but I think I still have some hope, serious hope that the bill can move on and we can take the real track. We don't have to have all the resources to be a standard country and a country of policy, a country of rule of law. One of the things we need to do is to change our perspective, our mindset. Changing our attitude and our approach to things can help tremendously change the country moving forward. I think there's hope for us yet. It's not doomed for the country.
All right. Yeah, guys. Well, we still got hope. We pray that things will work out. You know, like Renpo should not give up. But the first thing that they should have started with at least giving an example, or showing that you're ready for them. When you start firing people like they're not Liberian, and Liberia is tending to be the Republic of Lo-Fi, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. You know, but let me say here, Timothy, we were trying to get one reporter in Liberia. We sent a little information, and we had 40 that applied.
That shows you how it's serious, bro.
40 people applied. Great. 40 people applied, and most of them were great guys. Great. You know, I mean, if you have 40 people, you know, so we just went through there and took at least 6, and then out of the 6, we have to choose one. We're still talking. So, but hopefully the person we're going to select will announce it on Friday. We've already made some.
We hope you pick the person now who know you think.
No, I don't play that though.
No, I know. I just seen, you know, that why I would do the right thing. So
I don't play that. I give people credit for that one. You know, yeah. I don't.
I'm a different person.
Let me tell you about people. I won't call this right. They're not American man. One guy, family. He said, "People, man, give me something, man." I said, "Get on here." And last night he said, "Your boss know about this?" he said, "No." I said, I said, "Oh, I want to." I said, "You don't know. I'm gonna be bad. One of my boss know about what I see."
That's how it's supposed to be done, yeah.
But hopefully, hopefully we have made some provision for whoever in Monrovia, getting a phone. And there are some other things that we still need to get, the tripod. We still need to get additional phone, and to get the person started, we got to get some jackets and stuff like that for them to be able to at least have a presence, of course, in Acumen. We can just be, the guys in the radio station are doing an excellent job, to keep us on air, Hot FM, we read through. But, we need somebody who will run between those corners and be involved in some of the press conferences and all of that to show that Closing Acumen invited. So hopefully the guy will start, but we asking all our viewers that we need Wilfred did not win. Let me say this. Let me break the news to you. Our friend did not win. He lost by 45 votes.
45 votes?
God.
45 votes. I'm telling you. I followed it last night. Just 45 votes. Can you imagine? So one time we couldn't find 45 Liberians. 50 like to go and just make it up. The lady that won, she's from Kenya. The Kenya not even popular like that in Minnesota, and they won there. People who've been
imagine like all the majority of Liberians have voted. What would have happened?
That way they won't have representation in
exactly.
Exactly. Somebody tell you say that they were doing double. They were finding excuses.
But we have to clarify first and foremost. All Liberians have voted because I'm coming out. It's going to be corrected here. Is it the issue about is it Democratic primary, right?
Yeah.
So it's obvious that they now register Democratic member to vote in the primary. I don't know how the system.
It's an open primary.
It's an open thing.
I think so.
If you are a voter, you don't have to register as a Democrat to be part of the primary.
Yes.
That's a primary there. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but people on a serious note, right? Look, if the people go Minnesota, the population in Minnesota, the population there is very high.
I know.
In that Brooklyn area. You think if the people really, but because look, when I'm mentality that if not me, I mean,
it shouldn't be and that's wrong.
And they had earlier voting. They didn't have to they had almost this.
Crazy. So
hey, you heard what Trocan said the other day that when they go to the state house to go and ask for help, they put up getting to run around because they ain't got nobody represent nobody represented that.
That's true.
So I mean, that woman from the U.S. Congress, Uma,
she won.
Yeah, that's what happened. They put money against her, right? But the woman people came out in droves. She won a close race. Because they say she was on the squad, she against they put money against her campaign.
The people keep on voted the woman. They even have a war in Minnesota.
Like but because the poser we don't take it from Congress. But Liberians, how can you be in Minnesota, one of the highest population in Minnesota, and then you tell me say we don't have nobody represented at the state level? The Liberian boy who are mayor for only 110, and that's 10 they're kicking out.
But you know that with Team Omar, she's still there.
She won.
They voted
her. She won. She won a primary.
Also, who spend money against her campaign, they want her out. But they want people to come in droves and they came and supported her.
Of course. That's how it's supposed to be.
All right. Liberia will be
Liberia. Are we closing now?
Yeah. I think so, guys. Yeah, great for closing. So, guys.
We got 15 more minutes,
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Liberia has faced a number of challenges when it comes to governance in the country. And I also want to say that the most challenged Liberia ever been in any capacity or in any area is actually corruption. Corruption is one of the biggest persistent problems that we have that the country always in the number of the poorest country in the world is because of corruption. I don't know whether they're taking the 7th place or are they taking the 8th place right now in the world, but it's just sad to see this thing happening over and over again. Our challenges has to do with our institution and the way the hiring process is. Now Joseph Baga hiring all the people from Lofa. When we were there, the people were taking all the government. I mean, it's just it's so sad. It happens time and over again. I always say this, I went to Liberia. I go to Liberia almost every year. Since 2011, I go to Liberia almost every year, except for the pandemic. I took a break in 2019. I was just there a few weeks ago. But you see, everything persistent. The scenario is the same. The only time I saw Liberia really looking much better was Ellen Johnson said time a little bit. Right now, it's just going from worse to ridiculously worse. And everything still has to do with the governance and how the people have killed the institutions and the policies, and the corruption persists for people like, people that in major positions always are the most people to take money away from the poor people. And they can pop up poor people in like Grammy, pop up poor because I interact with so many of them. And it's so sad because how much money can you give these people for them to benefit? But the system needs to be fixed. It's not fixed, but the system needs to work because it's there. It's just not working because of how things are going on in the country. Liberians, I always come here to speak to you. We will always blame you for what is happening, especially the 14 Liberians, because you're always full wrong. Until we're hoping that you're opening your eyes to see, because the Baka government has not proceeded right from the get-go. I don't think they will end up right at the 6 year ending. So we have, for me, I have hope in the country. I have no hope in this government. I'm just a free thinker. So when I saw talk, when they're doing something, it look. I have to get a benefit of the doubt of the, like when they say tussle, I will tussle. But I have no hope in this Baka government. I don't. They have not done anything very substantial for me to say, okay, maybe things will change. We just see people writing on social media, oh, we can get this, and we see Abraham Darius saying, what the people put a lapa down, no people in Bassa, no command. They took all the lapa, they lay it on the ground for them to walk on. They brought the market money, they put it in the thing, they said they don't take it because they thought he was going there to do something better for them. And he has done nothing when he's in a packet or he's in a clique, because they quit to form clique and cuts. That's how Liberians are. They get in something, they in a cut or clique. Then they're dead. They can't move because they owe somebody else something, so they can't say the truth or they can't do the right thing. And we sit here and we just watch those old ladies then that could keep that money for their grandchildren to go to daycare or to go to school, elementary school or high school. They get that money thinking they don't want going there to do something for them. And he has done nothing. Right now, he part of the first family. He is part of the first family. So it's sad. It is very sad. When you put a thing up like that, then the people they don't understand the thing are talking to the woman. It is very sad.
Yeah, you should have wait that woman finish talking before you put it up, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is that take it all and wait till the person finish talking. Yeah, then we'll put it one picture.
It is very sad, and it is very until they can strengthen the institution, and the institutions are weak. Until they can strengthen it, strengthening it means that they will allow the policies and everything to work. That they will have programs to fight things like this, the firing process that went with the government employee them. That the equal employment opportunity will be there to say, what, these people are treated unfairly, so we will fight it. Until we can see these things, I have zero hope in the government. I still have hope in like brother. I know there's a man or a woman coming from somewhere that will make a change for like bro, and I get yet to see that person come and take. As well, Ronnie said, Vianney. The people always want people to talk for them, but you start to talk for yourself by action. The political leader can't talk for you every time. The people are telling you, vote their way. You said no. They had the people coming for in the comfort zone to can't start talking for you now because it's wrong. You have voted this into your lives. So we are still looking and we are still encouraging you people. 2029 is not long for you. I can always say, I even said it in the last election. I used to say every time on my Facebook or podcast, Liberians, the only way you can change this is to vote the right person into power. That will change the lives of the people like Jerry Ronnie's did. Although he was not voted, he took it by force. That Jerry Ronnie did for Ghana. I was in Ghana recently. If you go to Ghana, I don't know where areas of my go because we all go to Ghana, but you go to some area, you see Ghana, you will be like, wow. The interaction of the people mindset has changed, their country has changed, the infrastructure has changed, Their mental capacity has changed and everything. They're a whole new country. We are looking to see Liberia come to that. And I pray before I end that we all on this platform tonight and who are watching and listening, I pray you live to see the beauty that will come out of Liberia when the right president comes into power, because the president in Liberia is looked at like a god. Until the president is a good president, Liberia will look going nowhere.
All right, Grace. Great word. Great. Let's recognize one of our strongest supporter here, Miss Nora Hoke. Nora Hoke has been a very die-hard supporter for the closing argument from day one. She has followed with us. Who put this thing there? Somebody. Who put this up? We put something up and you just come and guys, if you just leave the photo, we'll put it up. Somebody came and they are taking it up. They took the picture up. Who did that, Henry? So
you put it on it. You put everything in the comment area. You put it there too. Put the picture.
Just put it there. I mean, guys, let's just put it up. I will put it up. I'll put something there. But Nora is one of our strongest supporters.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow birthday, yeah.
Just stop clicking things. Just leave it, and we'll put. Just add it to the link, and then I'll put it up. Just stop clicking it. So I want to wish Nora a happy birthday. She's been from day one since we started, and she has been a great support to us. So we want to thank Nora and wish you a blessed happy birthday on tomorrow. We'll not be on tomorrow, but Nora, happy birthday, and wish you many more years to come. But that. Many more years. We want to put your picture up, but somebody came and just abruptly just did something here, and the picture went off. But happy birthday, Nora. So, guys, this is it. Again, join us Friday. We'll be calling the new.
So about it. They said, you see, the guy from the civil service. Okay, you're not in government. I don't know where were he at the time, but they said in 20. He said. Waddy Williams electing George Weah doesn't negate the fact that he's incompetent. Now, you insulted, you see, man, we're firing somebody for Sunday now. You insulted a sitting president at the time, and then you see how you said you cussing a sitting president, then you say the man cussing the president. You insulted President Weah, and then you do the same thing. Man, look, the guy can do something, and I wonder. I mean, it's like take for tack. You think you did before somebody do it, and you want to get versed to, you want to prove a point, all this stuff. I'm surprised at him.
The man he came out to say that President. I'm very disappointed.
Surprised at him though. On a serious note, it's
my own Lofa kind of brother.
All day I've been sending him message. Well, usually when I send message, you respond, but apparently you know that it's the way they were not right. Everybody criticizing for it.
He's our own Lofa kind of brother, but I'm disappointed in him. Very disappointed.
Yeah, he screw up.
Yeah, I saw somebody from the listening of putting oil. I said, "Bon, he's not from Bon he's from Lofa."
They never Lofa. He's from the client. So when you get about a job from Lofa.
No.
Lofa kidding you. Lofa kidding you.
I just want to be a consultant to the closing argument now.
You are senior political strategist. You and
I want to be advisor to your project in Liberia. Special advisor.
Come on, bro. We will love you. We love you. We love you. You get the ticket to go like you every night.
Yeah. Anytime I go there, only thing I want is you got my ticket. I'll be
permission. Stuff like that.
Whatever there's any
developing story coming on Asala Mita, and maybe we'll get more details tomorrow for Friday. Asala Mita is accused of blinding an employee. He's trying to force the farmer to sign a waiver or rights waiver. The employee I think we are working on that story. Asala Mita we'll call them out. We'll reach out to them. You cannot be doing this to a Liberian who work for you. Person have turned blind and trying to force the person to sign a rights waiver. So to take the person rights from them. The person signs, okay, now we will give you a finish. Nothing we can do to us. And it should not be happening in our country. But again, you see, you got Liberians, lawmakers there who have people on Asala Mita board. So what do you expect? You think Asala Mita will respect our people? And when they start doing that kind of stuff, they won't respect our people because they say your lawmakers are in our pocket.
What they vote?
Sure,
And it will be fought on that vote.
But this story developing, and we'll get to the bottom of the story about Salam Ita with a Liberian person. We'll do that. We'll do that. And look, and then on the issue about my brother Russell, look, God time is the best. God knows why. But again, I'm disappointing our Liberian brothers and sisters in Minnesota. You got thousands of people in Minnesota there. The man lost by 40.
Brooklyn Park got over 7,000 to 10,000 Liberians.
People should start trivializing the thing. The man you are kissing for something that you can't prove.
Thank you.
You have somebody.
The people.
I suppose even Lofa talking about I say, man, do Monday quarterback. When Lofa you start on the platform and say you told me for the man before, you should be ashamed of like this. Like you I don't care what he said. You should not as a librarian. You should not for another librarian. You are wrong. You are wrong for change, and you had a dozen kind of say it in the platform that day.
Lofa, they always want to be the right guy. Always, they don't work that way.
You want to do. I'll tell you.
I don't care what happened. How you tell people not?
And now you say you want. Why you tell the man for the man? You're wrong. You ready and say you say we want to money quarterbacking. What's the kind of thing, man?
Yeah, he was one of those who should not vote for him. So what changed you now to come back and act like you want to, those kind of...
Oh, he started before?
Yeah. They said on the show that he was one of those that didn't support.
And he ready say,
and when the man was invited on this show, you brought him on the show, the man had a platform.
Yeah.
And then he
brought him on the platform.
Wilfred, Judah said that he didn't support Wilfred the last time he ran.
And then the thing is that when you hear something, when you hear something to Marlene about somebody and the people say the person says something, or you hear the person say something and you don't understand or you don't know where they're coming from when they're saying that stuff, it's your duty as a librarian to call this person and say, you know what, I want to find out you said something, what you meant by that. But for you to get on a platform and drill the people not to vote for them, man, because you heard something, he said something, and he didn't understand what he was saying. Now you got a interpretation, and you say you want the people to vote for. You see, and that's why we should not be quick to judge other people.
I agree.
When people say things, it's just so sad.
Absolutely.
It's important for us to have representations in these different governments. We know what we're telling you, we know what we are saying, or else like bro will be going through a lot. Because when we are at the table, we can make decisions with the people. When we are on the menu, they will pick for us. That's what you compare say, and he is so right. They will pick for us. Let me tell you something. Come on, right now, Bash is a very good gospel artist. So we were having a program. They seen like people in the York, Pennsylvania. Went from house to librarian, told them to not attend the program. Oh, that made he think you can see, you don't even sound like librarian. This and that and the other, they did that. And when it comes to a program, who might have give $5, $10? We invited the other communities, the people that like to see the hear the men singing the poking. That net alone we raised $7,000. You tell us also librarian we're going to raise that money. So they thought they were doing bad to us, they did good for us. The people, they're like crab in the bucket mentality. They will hold you down because somebody said something about you. They will hold you down because you made a statement. They don't even understand. They will not even have the audacity to call you to ask you, what do you mean by this? Because I don't like what you said, but they will come, and because social media is open, they will just talk. That like great people cause Winfred Russell, Beledi. I know Winfred.
Yes.
Very cool guy from like people.
They don't want.
They don't want.
Blame on them.
The reason.
They don't want. No, let me tell you something. Our living in Rhode Island, right? No, we have access. People in Grace, people, we have access to the lawmakers up to today. Just right now, the in confusion again. Rhode Island, my Rhode Island people in confusion. And we're there, right? I was on the board, the board of the community association. Jai Reed, Patrick Kennedy, and Shannon Warehouse. People knew us personally. We have, to the extent where they gave us congressional recognition. They give us congressional recognition. Each of us are on the board that year. I mean, because the people respected the Liberian community at the time. You had Donald Norrie was president. Conor Rubus Kennedy was vice president. Had a strong community leadership there. Respected us. Okay? But we have access to the offices. We go there anytime. There is a Liberian community. How come TPS, in fact, when the time we're on TPS during those days, whenever there's a TPS, rather than taking the lead, we'll come to Washington to march and so forth. And they'll be telling you, Patrick Kennedy say, if they put in your bag to send about that, bro, I will be on a plane with you too. I will go with you. But people respected us. But again, when we start 40 miles, look how we're doing. You are in a big state of Minnesota. You get no Liberian top in a kind of position there. Because you got problem with them personal beef. You fight you honor money.
And somebody even know. Now somebody told them, didn't even know nothing for. And somebody just told them, man, don't vote for him.
I would have. We didn't have beef. Even if I have people, Russell, even if he against my political party or my candidate, because of the call for the greater good, the common good. You say no, because of the common good, I will support him. Okay, look at in American election right now, there are Republicans now who saying they will close the to vote for Kamala because the people care about the country. They say the soul of the country. I mean, when you said they have, I mean, look, it's just sickening. Some people wonder why are we like this? Why must we fight each other? I mean, it's a sad thing. I mean, Russell did his best, reached out to everybody and everything. But for somebody to say they have reason why you might not vote, you have no justification to say so. You have no reason. Just keep quiet instead of saying that kind of thing. It make you look bad. You know? I mean, again, look, I just wish him the best. I pray you don't get discouraged. Like I said, God tell him the best. When I put me time.
And then I see people when something happen, they'll go to run into that Russell. Oh, Mr. Russell, you know anything? And say you've been something that the same person will run to him again. I mean, it's just so sad. The evilness of these people, that also will never remain in public hosting for the rest of their life in the country because they are hot and not clear.
But no, Billy D, I know you're a great guy. You're a tough guy. Look, I know you will not stop working. You start for the Liberian, for the country Liberia and so forth. I wish you all the best, and just don't let it bother you.
Yeah.
I know Joman Jala. You see this guy.
The next time Billy D run, I want Minnesota to help to run his campaign. The next time he run, I pray that he run for something else. He shouldn't give up. He been consistent.
It's not long. I think it's 2 years, so he can stay win. It's 2 years.
I would try to sacrifice at least a week to go there to help him, you know, because I think LeBron needs that in Minnesota. They took plenty there for them to not have nobody sitting at the table or in position that could help the community, you know, in any other thing and that they would need for them to help him. Because they say he was one of the instrument behind our Waterside market. He helped that man.
Oh, but the Liberian Business Association in Minnesota now, that they were behind it. He helped them to the most Liberian in Minnesota. They got liquor store, they got their own businesses, they got things that go on for Liberians there. They got money they help to get money from the state to do it. Okay, but we care because we got beef. Can you imagine? Think of politics because they may against my candidate, so I'll be against because of that for the good of the country. I would you'll put Liberia first, you know. But look, people.
No, that is not something. For me, I have one person that I can recall we've had disagreement before on issues. Even we can have disagreement, but it's a different political landscape, so a different environment. So see an African American, particularly a Liberian citizen, contesting to be in one of the local assembly here. Well, that would have been a very big news for us. One of the biggest of development of Ulapo. I listened to Joman saying here that the CDC brothers heavily campaign against him. If that is true, that is totally counterproductive. I don't think we should indulge.
You know, last time say you got a man or critical person. We also he said you were fighting against a man too. That
can you imagine?
No, the person who are critical, we are, and he jump out and go to them and win it back.
I said no, it's a let me friend. And mind you, they did the sentence center. All of us here, everybody spoke. He showed some compassion. Ben and myself. He the only one who never said nothing. He was. I mean that I'll take like a gentleman serious. No.
But they say that man is a Sierra Leonean. He's not my friend.
Yes, he is.
Ain't sure anywhere like grab him forever, you know.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's wrong. We sent a cancellation out to him, but I think it was he came close. 45 votes. They came too close, man. 45 votes.
Don't give up, brother. Don't give up. Keep on.
Yeah, don't give up, Billy. We will be here for you the next time. We will have to come in and do something in Minnesota. Door to door, we do the Jehovah Witness star. The people can come out and vote for you. And we'll make sure they come out and do early voting because we help to, to Senegal, like when they go somewhere, it's not the land too long, they don't get going. But when you want something so bad and you think that person will represent your community, you have to stand there to the end And if we learn to support one another in that way, we disagree.
Let me ask you,
But
what
still,
about
we are all
what
agreements.
about money quarterbacking? If I didn't have an show you how that day, I would have bet the thing would change. Come on, back.
It could give some votes though.
Why ain't you for the man came on? The man came here. He talked on Monday. He said everything. What vote we do? Not there to vote. We did a show. Not there to vote. You know. So the thing is, I mean, if you came up before and even after Trucon came on the show, I think what last week Monday or last week Friday, and you came up, you say you want to support this guy. You said, "Oh, I didn't support him before." Other people who may be closer, you say, "Oh yeah, then we're not going to support him. They didn't support him before." I would not even have made that.
Mention it. Yeah.
I would have not mentioned it.
Yeah, I keep sometimes they keep silent. They're not talking. But look, what it is, you know. But I prefer our country.
Yeah, right position go for ability in Minnesota.
Yeah, he got something bigger. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the man and the you know what I mean. The governor of Minnesota ain't on the ticket for any the VP now for the Democrat Party. Who knows? If they win, president win my office. Who knows? You can never tell. Your blessing can come anyway.
I think Wilfred need to align with most of the American as well. If they are lawyers, they will be lawyers.
And that's the point.
He needs to align with Liberian, not always dependent. I mean, not always dependent on Liberian vote. He need to align with American, Caucasian, and African American. And when they say, "I give you my vote," they are 100% behind.
Their word is their power.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they give you that,
and
but
other
you need to
Africans-
align with them. Seriously.
And other Africans too in the area.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a constituent base people will vote for you, because if you diversify your political process that way, it's good for you. Because the Democratic primary and other things, I don't know. So, but I mean, it's unfortunate, man. But again, wishing you all the best. He can go and come back in about 2 years. 2 years, come and challenge her again if she doesn't perform well. The good part of it is that it's not lack of, right? So every time election is coming, there's a primary again. You know?
Yeah, in not 10 years, you gotta wait.
Yeah, but the only thing about the election on this side, if you are elected and performing well, they will always, that's the tendency they have, right? And they believe that you doing what they want you to do, they will always, the tendency of you getting re-elected, they will always move through. Yeah, so that would hope and see what's going to happen in 2 years. Other than that,
so to summarize for the day, I'm calling on the lawmakers to see what to do with the civil service. The people get a job back. They shouldn't stand. I just reading a letter here. The same guy who firing the people, he was in the government of the CDC government, and he criticized the government state, but he kept his job. He resigned later on, willingly resigned. I think he on a small arms committee and resigned. So people should not be doing this to people. Let people work freely. And my only fear is, my only worry is, don't push the people. Don't take people that didn't bread from them. Everybody's struggling. The hustle is real. The man found out know what to do. And now, like Jeff, for example, most of the guys that are foreign that are doing these armed robbery abroad, that deported from here. The man was living good in America. The man got deported. You know, me tell you before we leave, man. I worked in immigration before I came to the States. So one morning, at that time the president, Theodore president, so his brother-in-law was he was our boss. So that morning, somebody said, "Georgie, the guy want to put you in the cell." I said, "Really? I want to go see the guy, man. See the guy. You tell the guy's skin color, everything." I said, "What?" So when they brought the man upstairs, the guy said, "My man, look, he had been in America, I think, for 15 years. He said he spent 8 years outside when he came to America, then he spent 7 years in jail. After he jail, they sent him straight to Ralphie." The guy said, "Man, apparently he's one of those who went to America and forgot about his family." So when they free the guy that money for immigration, like, bro, we got facility to go and process you for you to be adequate to go through all the process to get back to reorientate you in the society, nothing. So when the guy got free, the guy went from RTC band that time. Yeah, looking. Yeah, I told people, I said, this guy, he'll end up, he got me sucked out because the guy, and sure enough, after a few weeks, I saw the man just walking up and down, saying, yeah, the guy finished. He's done because the man was in America for 15 years. He spent 8 years when he came to the States, 7 years in jail, for then straight to a rival fee. So how you think that man will survive? The man, this is what happening. Most of the people armed robbery, I put them who got deported. Check it. You go find it because
if you're on green card, you get involved in the.
And they know you.
Petition.
People be the round fee. They say, "Oh, I know that dude. He I live in Pennsylvania before. That dude that coming." So oh, don't push the people. They put the contract with the top. Don't take the deliberate from them. But guys, that's call it a day, man.
That's call it a day. But somebody, you know, I was thinking right now quickly.
Yeah.
The closing argument can go and do a live podcast in Minnesota when Peter D running again for any office, so we can get people to listen. Seriously, you do a live show.
Before when Osborne did it, when Osborne, I was Stanton, Ben, myself. I think people went when they did it before. We knocked doors for him. We knocked doors. There wasn't that one order or cap. He didn't go up, but I was Ben. People, Stanton, myself were there. Were in Minnesota with him, knocking doors. We did it before. We are doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but then they do a live show, like a party horse show. You know?
Yeah, we did a live show. But at that time too, they resisted and plenty again. The simple say they were fighting. The simple that they put us there. We drink quarterback in that. I don't know what they were against it. Yeah, they were fighting. So we expect. But you know, look.
Julius, the way you I would say.
But he defended. He justifying what he did. Come on,
but the way he
make it look bad.
His judgment is not adding up. You said they put my vote for Darius, and then they put that when you look how he failing it.
Yeah, hey,
they put him vote for Russell, but look how you take away from like bro in Minnesota.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't continue doing this, brother. Yeah.
But guys, it's been a pleasure, man. Look, let's call your day.
Yeah. Yeah, have a nice evening.
Aaron, I told you, keep on trying, brother. Don't give up, brother. Yeah.
Sure.
Henry.
Don't worry, buddy. You'll see the Don't worry. You cancel that coming. You can
Hello? Yeah? We taking calls though.
Whenever can be, whenever creator, I want to keep your trying. Change your mind. When you keep your mind, change your mind. What kind of people they do?
And I take so certainly they are freedom fighter when again they are going to change their mind. That's the war we are in. The check exactly 27 minutes down, 12 o'clock here in Liberia. It has been fascinating, educative, and informative here on the program. The closing argument. Many thanks to the team that Hot FM 107.9 for carrying this program. The team that are 296.9 in Nima County, Sacramento, and all other affiliate radio stations for reading this program. Join the teams that are going to be on Friday at which time again we're going to be here talking issues that has to do with the country, issue of concern, national concerns, and then it becomes optional to us. We are citizens to make the right choice or the right decision in the nearest future to come. So many thanks to you for following online, for burning your data, following and making sure to tune into the program, the closing argument on the Renaissance Radio. Again, let me say bye-bye from my end. But just before I go, let me say many thanks to the technical team as well, who's been here making sure that everything is hold constant. Join us that are going to be on Friday. So, Freedom Fighter, that's it. No time to waste. We gotta go. Join us. That are going to be early 5 o'clock this morning, at which time we're going to resume broadcast on your FM 96.12 FM. My name is Aaron Jada. I'll catch you when I catch you. They're going to be on tomorrow. Bye-bye.
It's
Whenever coming, whenever freedom fighter. Whenever coming, whenever creator. I wanna keep your time. 20 minutes of mine. I wanna keep your time. 20 minutes of mine. What kind of people they do? What kind of people they do? What kind of